Welcome in everyone. We're back with I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. It may be April Fool's as I am streaming this, but this is not a trick. It's not a trap. I am not fooling you. We are actually playing this game. But I did get to triple 3 hugs, so let's go. Let's go. Personally, I don't know why I don't have over 1,000 hugs in my chat, according to Nightbot yet, but we'll get there, I suppose. Someday. In any case, we are on run number 2. We know the bad things that can happen, and we will try to prevent them as much as we can. Pray. No, but we are brave and foolish in this game. Let's go. So, let's recap, shall we? We have some empathy. We have some creativity. We are somewhat brave. We are not smart. There is nothing here. Don't know what you're talking about. We're a little bit tough. We're very perceptive. We see all. Well, almost. We got a teensy tiny bit of combat, and we're good with animals. Or at least we're getting there. We've talked to everybody here in the colony. We've talked to all these fools. The clowns. And we must decide what we want to do with ourselves. What do we want to do with ourselves? Now, we could go here and continue to play sports ball and work on our bravery and our toughness and our friendship with Nem. You started another playthrough with Dis, planning to do it alongside yours, but now I'm 17 already and I think I progressed a touch too fast. You have the capacity to play a lot faster than I do, Plague. Now, we could study life science as well. We could study humanities as well, and do some things there. We have the option to babysit, which will give us empathy and creativity, which could be good. It also gives us friendship with Tammy, who didn't exist in our last playthrough because she died. We must help her become less afraid. We must. And we can also work on our toughness just outright by shoveling dirt for Mom. And get some friendship with Cal. We do like Cal. Let's see here. Friendship-wise, we have a 14 with Nem. We have a 12 with Cal. Tange is 10. Dis is 23. He's our childhood bestie. Mars is still just a 4. And Tammy is an 11. So far, everybody we know is alive. I'm gonna shovel dirt today. I know. But I would like a little bit more toughness, so I can run around with Nem. Because we're trying to be her friend. It's your first day in the glorious world of agriculture soil conveyance. Oh boy! Good morning, Rin. Looks like you're working for your old lady. Hope you don't expect me to go easy on you just because you're my kid. She walks you around the geoponics wing and points out where everything is. Your job is to move sod, compost, and plants, garden waste, and equipment from one place to another. Get comfortable with this, she says, pushing a squeaky old-fashioned wheelbarrow towards you. Now, any questions before you start moving that dirt? Why not use hydroponics? On the ship, we grew most of our plants with their roots in the water, and it's true, it was more hygienic that way, your mom replies. She brushes an insect off her arms, which lets out a loud squeak of objection. But hydroponic systems used too much energy. Here, we have to grow as much as we can the old-fashioned way. Okay, don't we have machines for this? The construction crew's already claimed all the hover lifts, she says, shrugging, but they'll break down in a few years anyway, and we don't have the materials to fix them. She grips your forehand. Or planetside now. Use your muscles. Nature's hydraulic pistons. Okay, Mom, where do I move it again? From over there, she points to a dirt pile, to there. She points to an identical pile 10 meters away. She sees your confusion. We had some very precious soil from Earth on the ship, full of all the nutrients and bugs and bacteria our plants need to grow. But it was lost, she sighs, in an accident. Now we have to make more from scratch using Vertumnan soil. This is part of the process. Also, since you're an expedition girly, if you can get 66 bravery and a level 3 hot buy, you can almost always clear out an entire area in one go because they both reduce stress. Not right now, obviously. I just mean in the long run. Yeah, Plague. That sounds like a great plan. I will work on that. Yep. We can move them in the wrong piles. That's my kid, your mom says, slapping you on the back. You stumble a little. Oh boy. Your arms start to ache after the first half hour of work, but you keep going. By the end of the month, you feel utterly drained and exhausted. And good somehow. Can feel your muscles growing already. Let's shovel this shit. Like, literally. We are good at this. And this, and this. Oh, but watch this. Super gold, like it was even hard. I win. PP, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you are well, my girl. So, yeah, that just bumped our toughness up to a 13. Much good, many wow. It is now late dusk. Still hot. Hey, Cal. Cal looks up at the sky, shading his eyes. I wonder when it's gonna rain again, he says. The heat doesn't bother me none, but after a while the plants are gonna get all toasty. We have read that one. Dad! You're looking a little worn out, my little firefly. Your dad greets you, looking concerned. You know, despite what your mom might say, there is such a thing as too much work. Maybe some R&R over in the lounge would help? Recharge those solar cells. What do you say? Maybe I just need a hug, Dad. Your dad throws his arms wide. Well, get in here, Tiger Butter. After a long hug, you do feel a little better. Your dad gives incredible hugs. Look, I'm gonna get my dad hugs in, man. Mom, are you still in tutorial mode? Yep, you are still in tutorial mode. Okay. Thanks, Mom. It's not that hot, he mumbles. Yeah, not that hot, Dis. Not that hot. Of course not. You're all skin and bones. You're cold all the time. Oh, hi, Ren. Marzipan looks bored. My dad made me come out to get some fresh air. Don't know what's so fresh about it. It's always full of acid snow or pollen or water, and I don't know which is worse. You know? Weather, man. It's a lot. Hey, Tammy. Oh, Tammy, it's not that scary, I promise. I promise, Tam. Tam, it's not that scary. Hey, Tangent. Remind me why we aren't putting our resources into repairing the ship, because we're here for the long haul, Tange. I'm sorry to inform you, but this is a colony, not a space station. Nem! Oh, she's training. She's training. Let's go. Look, I know I've got a few years, but it's not enough, is it, Trav? He's awesome. Geranium is the best dad ever. Ever in the history of video games, Geranium is the best dad. And look, I know some people will say that Kratos is the best dad ever. He's dad of boy, yada yada, but like, no. No. Our dad is the best dad ever. He's Geranium. He's the best. I don't have enough, like, stress, but I do have enough bravery to say I'm brave enough. So I'm gonna say it. We could save Nem from base by breaking his legs really badly, then she'd never get all buff and soldier type. I think she's gonna get buff and soldier type regardless, but we can still break his legs. How's that? I'm brave enough. Well, so you are, Uncle Tonin exclaims, standing back to admire you with pride. You know, I'd say you might be having a growth spurt, Ren. They'd better watch out for you on the sports ball field. Listen, he tells you, I can see that you're a tough cookie, and I'd love to have you on my surveyor team in the future. But you'll have to wait a few more years first. Come see me when you're older, okay, kiddo? Dejected, you drag your feet as you walk back through the gates to safety. Well, there is still Dis's secret way out through the drain pipe near the garrison. The adults won't let you visit the Valley of Vertigo or the subaqueous swamps or the other cool places older surveyors get to go to yet. You could still sneak through there to explore just outside the colony walls. Oh, hell yeah. We will, but not today. Today we're gonna go play sports ball. Today we are playing the sports ball. Let's go. Oh, hey, cutie. He's got freckles, you guys. Dragon, welcome in. All I did was rearrange some things, Dragon, honestly. Oh, Kratos isn't the best dad. I love Kratos, and at the end of the story, I think he's finally become a good dad, but definitely not the best. I was talking about breaking her legs since she's here right now, and he isn't. No, Trav. No, that's not. She would get her legs fixed or robotized or whatever, and she'd just go back to being a badass. That's not how it works. No, he's not the best, but he's trying to improve. It's a work in progress, and there's a lot of ground to cover. Look, Dragon, all I did was rearrange some things and got rid of the trash. That's it. That's all that happened. Every thread, it's there. People are using it again, so there you go. You signed up for the gym? That's fantastic, Dragon. You will not regret this. Except you will absolutely regret it for at least the first month. But go regularly, 3 times a week, and then you will stop regretting it. Because you'll feel better. We send her into a coma until we can kill Vase and then bring her out? I don't think her older brother or her mom or any of her siblings would be happy about that, Blake. How about we just be her friend, and then when she does stupid shit, like get all caught up in her hormones, we remind her that we're her friend and that Vase is dumb. He's a dumb, stupid boy. He's a mean, dumb, stupid boy. Let's do that instead. Oh, no. It's not logical at all. It's very emotional. We will tell her with great emotion that he is a mean, dumb, stupid boy and that she should stay very far away from him because he's a mean, dumb, stupid boy. And girls are way better. When there's no sports ball game on, the security teams who train nearby use the field to practice with long-range rifles. As you show up to the sports ball practice, Com is helping take down the net. Sorry, kiddos, he says. Rhett wants us practicing with the big guns today, and we can't have you running around the place. The bullets in these drone rifles are heat-seeking, and even though they're programmed to avoid human targets, safety first. But today was supposed to be our day to have the sports ball field, Cal complains. You soldiers don't even want to play sports ball. You just want to shoot your dumb, noisy guns. Anemone bounces over. Hello? They have more than just huge guns. They have cool stun gloves that are like magic lightning arcing out of your fingertips. It's super galactic. Cal shakes his head. That's not the point. So, do we stand up to those soldiers? Or do we let the soldiers have the field? This is a unchangeable 4, which could be useful in some situations. This is a gem card that is a 1, but it gives +1 to the social card to its right, which can also be useful in certain situations. We have ways of making it more than 1. What do we think, chat? What are we into today? A +4 does have good staying power. Yeah, even when I start getting the higher cards, the straights usually start ending up with a 4. They are good for the long term, as we know. Okay. We will stand up to those soldiers and be brave. Look at us being all rebellious and shit. We're still at 50-50, but still. Upped our bravery, too. You rip the net out of Calm's hand and start putting it back up. Nem looks nervous. Here comes Security Chief Rhett. He looks scary angry, Rin. Oh, we need bravery or 10. We're not gonna wuss out. We don't back down. No. You stand your ground when the security chief tries to intimidate you with his loud voice and his big chest. Today was your day to use the field. Rhett sees the fire in your eyes, and after a minute, he laughs and gives in. You're a tough one, huh, Rin? He says, a twinkle in his eye. Okay, you're right. Today was your day to use the sports ball field. Calm will have to train with something else today. Huh, that wasn't so hard. Let's get to work. We're playing. It's our day. You can't intimidate us. We're children. We're not stupid. Okay. We can do this and have a pair of 4s over here and just win. Winning. Like it was hard. All right, we win. You might be a bit stupid. Have you seen how empty your blue stats are? I am a brave, tough person with no brains. I am all himbo today. We are an any all himbo, man. It's all good. But we are brave AF. And we're a little bit tough. And we see all. We stacked perceptions so hard and I didn't even, like, try. Welcome to Early Wet. Nem! Oh, she's hungry again. I wish I had something to give her, but I do not. Maybe I will find something. Tange! Yep. She would rather live on the ship in sterile places. She wants to be an AI, let's be honest. Aww. Tammy peers out the doorway of the lounge, her hand on the doorframe as she regards the colony with some hesitation. Are you sure it's safe out there, Rin? How can you just run around like that? You're so brave. Aw, sweetheart, it's not that scary, I promise. I'll keep you safe. Oh man, they just ran down many paths. Yeah, she is very fast. You gotta keep up with her. It's crazy. Yes. It's fine if he doesn't say anything to us. We're still his friend. He's good. Alright. Mushwood log. I'm still in tutorial mode? Yeah, she will be all year. Hey Sprout, how are your classes going? I know it's hard to sit in a classroom while there's so much to explore, but everything in life is going to get easier for you if you take time now to learn about a lot of things. Who knows? Maybe you'll be running this place one day. Oh, Dad. I don't think so. Maybe I'll be running the surveyor teams. Ugh. Mars, it's just so hard to be you when no one's paying attention to you. I know. I don't have any flowers to give you, though. Or crystals. I just have a log. Alright. So, I can only sneak out. But we're just kind of, like, super stressed. I need 40. Alright, we're gonna go for bravery. We are. Teddy, best himbo. I mean, I'm not trying to be Teddy. He is pretty good. And I love a brave, kind of stupid and buff boy. I mean, there's a reason I love Rex so much. I mean, that's fair, but Rex isn't stupid, Plague. Time for more sports ball. You're paired with Nougat in practice. You make the mistake of underestimating her, and she wipes the pitch with you. Dude, she's M's little sibling. Little nibbling. Absolutely never, ever, ever underestimate her. Alright, I could put this over here and make the rest of them ones, but I would rather have 2 2s. Because, like, this is winning. You know? But, say we wanted to do all ones. It's a 16 to a 15. Interesting. That is actually higher. Because it's a 4 of a kind. Interesting. Alright, well, we win. Either way. We can do one more something. Okay. Uh-oh. You're having a terrifying, familiar dream. A monster crashing through the walls, unfathomably large, every part of it wriggling and moving and searching for something. It tramples through the colony as you watch helplessly. Time shifts to the wreckage of your home. You're picking through it, looking for something, tears streaking down your dust-covered face as you lift heavy pieces of debris, searching. You wake up shouting, "No!" But your voice is drowned out by the deafening rumble from the skies outside. The bedroom window is covered in water? It's pouring down from the clouds. You guess this must be rain. You've never experienced it before. There's a bright flash from outside, then another crack and rumble. Thunder. It must be a thunderstorm. I would love to give Rex a hug right now, Plague. Plague, Rex is a golden retriever. Yes, his coloring is that of a shepherd or Dalmatian or something, but he's a golden retriever. He's not a himbo. He's the golden retriever boyfriend. That's what he is. It's still the early hours of the morning. You've already almost forgotten your bad dream, but you're too unsettled to go back to sleep yet. The rain beats down on the roof of your quarters, joined now and then with great peals of thunder like the footsteps of an angry beast. We're gonna go run outside and play in the rain, because we're brave. We're not afraid of this shit. Unsettled, sure, but brave. You don't know rain, but Cal was just recently wishing that it would rain again, which indicates that it has already rained. Well, we've never had a thunderstorm before, Trav. It's surprisingly warm outside, and the water feels nice hitting your head. Everything smells fresh and damp and wonderful, and the dusty, packed ground has turned to squelching mud between your toes. You don't go too far from the door to your quarters, but it's exciting being outside in the dark, watching dramatic streaks of lightning arc down to the hills behind the colony. Fen! I adore you! Welcome in, Fen! It's lovely to see you. Oh goodness, I'm getting all the best people today. I got Dragon, I got Fen. Holy crap. For run number 2. Oop. Nem's still dying of hunger because growing pains. Everybody is hiding from the rain. I mean, it is also mid-wet, Trav, so like the rain starts at early wet and it's mid-wet now, so you know. Yeah, we're not repairing the ship, Tange. You cannot be an AI, I'm sorry. It's not your end. It's not scary, Tammy. It's not. I promise. Come out and be brave with me. Oh, he loves it. It's wonderful. We've read all of this. Dis is sitting on the ground just outside the gate under the watchful eye of someone working in expeditions. We're just as stuck here as we were on the ship, he mumbles, but he doesn't say anything else after that. You're not wrong, but at the same time, Safety in numbers, Dis. Dad! Your dad is up to his elbows in rich brown dirt. You've rarely seen him happier. Hey, Gooseberry, he says, scrunching his nose at you instead of waving. Here to give your old man a hand. I could use one. I can't right now, Dad, but I would love to. Mom, are you still in tutorial mode? Yeah, you're still in tutorial mode, but we love you, Mom. Mars. Apparently, she's scared of the dirt. It's okay, Mars. As soon as I have some sort of crystal for you, I will get you a crystal. But all I have are mushwood logs. So. Bravery. We're going for bravery. Let's go for bravery. Yeah. Playing sports ball. Let's go. You're paired with Nougat in practice. You make the mistake of underestimating her again, and she wipes the pitch with you. Again. Note, Nougat is younger than us, but she is Nem's little sister. She badass. Alright, so we got a 5. We do not have a 4. But we have a 2, a 1, a 0, and a pair of zeros. That is super cool. Definitely super cool. Heck yeah. Easy peasy. Nougat could easily kill a faceless. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nougat is vicious. Don't ever think otherwise. She's like, we're 10. I think she's like 8 or 6 or something, and she could totally take out a whole faceless by herself. Bravery perk, let's go, let's go. Bravery perk, let's go. It's late wet. New perk, who dis? Not dis. Draw an extra card at the start of the challenge. The effect stacks with other similar effects. We are too stressed to do anything but chill. But we will talk to everybody and see if there's anything new. Oh no. She's been told all her life to stop running, and now she can run as much as she wants. She's very happy. Rain, Tange says, clearly unimpressed. She holds her hand out from under her umbrella and lets raindrops collect on her palm. I cannot say I'm a fan. Being wet is misery. It is for some people, yes. Aw, she still thinks we're the brave. We're so brave. He's right here. He's right here, by the way, Plague. He's right here. It's okay. Oh, you found me. Dis is adjusting better than you expected to life on the surface. He's already found new places to hide and do whatever he does out here by himself. Gosh, I wish I could hang out with him much more. Yep, she's very fast, Cal. Super fast. This is the month Tony... No, this is year 1. He dies in year 2. This is year 1. We're only still 10. I got all next year to figure out Tonin. It's okay. You almost gave yourself a heart attack for no reason. Absolutely none. Dad, I'm never gonna be running this place, but thanks for your support. I love you. Please, we will make sure you don't die. This time we'll do it. Oh, she's still in tutorial mode. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you. Mwah. Mars! You still bored? Yep, she's still bored. Alright, okay. I need to chill. The only way to chill is to go here and hang out with my friends in the lounge. So we're gonna de-stress. You organize a raid on the kitchen pantry for snacks. They want to be free. You must liberate them. Oh, the crawling must go. I have forgotten the crawling. It's gone. Bye-bye. The days have been getting shorter, with only the yellow sun barely skimming the horizon. One morning you wake in the darkness and have to check your holopalm to know what time it is. You see a holostream from Mars. Good morning to all my pals, if you can even call it morning. They've named it glow season because, like, everything is crazy glowing out there in the dark. I'm staying the heck inside for the next month. What's the point of even going out if you can't see anything? It's going to be so boring all month long. No way, it looks cool out there. You peek out the window. The wormhole is the biggest you've seen it, like a massive fiery ring in the sky. The planet must be very close to it now. And out in the jungle, something new is taking place. The plants are flowering, glowing iridescent blooms, and everything is full of life. There are strange new sounds, long hooting calls and gurgling roars. After Mars's message is a notice from the council, warning everyone to stay safe inside. Tammy's dad and the other surveyors have been called back and the gates closed for the month. There's a tension in the air as if everyone is waiting for something. I don't think we can get watch duty yet. But it is the month of glow. And it does look frickin' badass and cool out here, like, you guys. It's glowing. How freaking cool is that? Anemone holds her stomach as you wrote. Oh, she's just hungry. Yeah, I know. I know, Nem. You're so hungry. Oh, hey, Crystal. Dis is staring off into the wilderness outside the gates. Feels different, he mumbles. Don't know how, just different. You ask him what he means, but he just shakes his head and stuffs his hands in his pockets. Anybody else out? No, just Mom. All right, Mom. Rin! Your mom stops you as you walk by. What are you doing out of our quarters? It isn't safe out here. But I'm going to school. She nods with grudging approval. Fair enough, she replies. Stay close to the stratosphere. Got it? We don't know what's out there this time of year. As you walk away and are just out of earshot, you hear her mumble. Stars. It is beautiful, though. Yeah, Mom. I just needed to see how pretty everything is. Should I actually go to school? Maybe I should babysit with Tammy. Maybe I should dig into hydroponics. It would like a little more toughness. But like, creativity and persuasion, or I should say creativity and empathy could be very useful. Or I could get in a little bit of smarts, some biology. I don't have any. I just get all my perception from expedition events since you get so much out there. Yeah, I know. Watch is like 13 or 14, I think. No, it probably gets created later in response to this month. You told her you were going, might want to be truthful. That's fair, Winterfairy. Like, I don't have the reasoning for engineering class, but I could get creativity and persuasion. I don't really have enough persuasion. Or I could get biology, which will help with hanging out with Dad later. You're a rebel, fuck the truth. Humanities. I mean, a little bit more friendship with Tangent would be nice. Mr. Scrake, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you are doing well. I could also go babysitting with Tammy and get empathy and creativity, I think it is. Da. Good. Excellent, comrade. I'm terrible, I know. Please, don't forgive me. I'm the worst. The absolute worst. I'm glad that my friends just allow me to be silly. I don't know any actual Russian, so It's fine. It's fine. Am I Ukrainian? Worse. I know nothing. We're gonna go for the social skills. Let's study some humanities and pretend like we're actually somewhat a really decent, reasonable child of theirs. We're running wild, but we don't have to run wild all the time. Oh, I'm so glad, Mr. Scrake. We have at least that in common. You're studying the topic of how justice has been mediated by various legal systems, culminating in a mock trial based off a legal system of your own design. You're supposed to use your broad knowledge to design the best system, but no one in class can resist adding their own bizarre rules. Not like being able to use certain words or having to beat your accuser in a foot race before you're allowed to defend yourself. It's good fun, but not exactly a shining moment in the history of justice. I don't know, it sounds pretty good to me. Okay, no gem cards in this run, but we can do a 4, a 4, a 2, +1. No. Do a 1, a 2, and a 2. That makes it a 3. Never mind. 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. I like that. No flushes. Just ended up that way. But it's still a super goal, so I'm getting extra creativity. Let's go. Let's go. So now I have like a smidgen of persuasion and some creativity and a little bit more friendship with Tange. The endless dark of glow season must be getting to you. All week you've been having nightmares. Something is coming. Something bad is about to happen. A dreadful mantra repeats in your head. You're hardly even surprised when the emergency sirens start up. You peek out at the gates, and yes, they should be closed, but they're open, just as you dreamed or remembered. But the details are foggy. There were monsters. The closest assembly point is the children's crutch, but from the opposite direction you hear shouting and loud popping noises. Gunfire. Is the colony under attack? Well, we're not hiding. We're gonna help fight. Let's go. We're stressing ourselves out, but we're bravely helping the fight. You'll try your best to be brave and fight back. First, you dodge some helpful grown-ups who point you back to the crutch. Then you head outside to get your bearings. You can hear yelling from up the stairs to command and a commotion to the southeast at geoponics where your parents are working. Do we go for command or do we go to geoponics? Broccoli, welcome in. Oh, sweetheart, you don't have to be here, but I appreciate you. Whether you're lurking or here with us, I appreciate you. Command, defend the front lines. Actually, Plague, we know that the front lines are geoponics. And hey, you have a native Ukrainian and Russian speaker in the chat, and absolutely enjoy your accent thing. Oh God, my accent thing is terrible. I do have a Ukrainian in here. If you are also one, Broccoli, congrats. You and Mr. Scrake have something in common. If you are not, also congrats, because I enjoy my friends from all around the world. The world may be a somewhat big place at times, but we are all people in it, and yeah. You sound good. Trust. Aw, you guys are so sweet to me. I picked up oh, Dragon, why are you spending your bits on me? Stop it. With a corgi, no less. Come on. Dragon, thank you. Now I'm all flustered and blushing. You guys are the worst. I love you. I have the best friends, and then they do this to me. It's the worst. But needless to say, I literally picked up my terrible Eastern European-esque accent from movies where all the bad guys are, you know, supposed to be Russian or Eastern European of some flavor or another. You know, they go to Russia or they go to Ukraine or they're from Eastern Europe somewhere, and it's just, you know, they're the bad guys. And that's where I got it from. Essentially, American action movies, which is terrible. Absolutely horrible. Awful stereotyping. I happen to know that they can be very lovely people and that their cultures are complex and interesting and their history even far more complex. So, like, I have the greatest amount of respect for the people of those countries, not necessarily their governments, depending. Ukraine's government, fine. The president is amazing. Russia's government, I have notes. I would like to have words. They will not like them, but we'll leave it at that. Um, but needless to say, like, that's it. Just me copying from what I've heard, parroting. I tend to be one of those people who, wherever I am, I pick up the accent to the local area. If I'm you know, around it enough, if I'm talking to those people, I start sounding like them. So, to some extent, you can't help it after a while. uh, all right, I'm gonna go to geoponics. It's where my parents are. I have to defend my family. I'm sorry, you guys. I know command is important and all, but to geoponics we go. We know this is the front line. They're trying to destroy our food source. Your parents are defending the greenhouses from a pack of knee-high creatures which seem to have eyes glowing all over their bodies. Their oily flesh ripples with a constant subtle motion as the individual eyes blink one at a time, incessantly. You can't tell which end is which with these horrible things. Cal is standing nearby, wide-eyed. He slowly picks up the shovel and moves beside you. He reluctantly holds the shovel in front of himself like a weapon. Easy, doggies, he whispers. We don't want to hurt you. Get out of here, both of you, run! Your mom shouts, attracting the pack's attention, all except one animal, which moves straight towards you and Cal. We could analyze its behavior, or we could figure out what it wants. We have both, or we could just simply fight it. I would actually rather do one or the other of these. This will give us more in animals. This will give us more in empathy. Empathy actually is our lower stat, so we may want to go with empathy here unless we are gunning for the animals. What do we think, chat? Animals or empathy? I believe this is the incident that in our first run Cal mentions quite a bit, especially later on when he's up against the soldiers, that he killed something and that he, because of his augment of being a pacifist, it literally just eats him alive inside. Like, he has a major regret and we can stop it from happening right here. Animals? All right. We will analyze its behavior. You look into its too many eyes and see fear. This creature is scared of you. To Cal's amazement, you crouch down to try and look less threatening and choose two eyes at random to look into to communicate with. You start to reach out a hand, but the creature is trembling. Staring into its eyes has made it even more frightened than before. It pounces. Combat challenge! But at least Cal doesn't have to kill it this time. Look, I am sort of kind of a smarty, which is why I went with the smart build the first time around Broccoli, because I'm like I'm kind of intelligent. Cal's augment shouldn't make him a pacifist, but maybe it as a weird side effect. I just think he's a nice guy. I don't know what his augment is specifically. I don't think I ever learned it, but yeah. This, we will use this later. Let's see here. Let's do 2, 1, 0, just to get that out. So that we can save more of this for flushes in the later rounds. 6 is not great, but it's fine. We can do this. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. I'm gonna do this one. This is pretty good. Yeah. 5, 4. of twos. We could actually do this. There we go. Super gold. Simple. Got some extra combat for that. Facing the eye beast. You killed it. With nothing but a rake thrust deep into several of the creature's many eyes, the rest of the pack scampers off the moment it falls. You never killed anything before. The body of the creature was so terrifying a minute ago, now looks strangely small and harmless. All of its eyes have closed for good now. Cal crouches beside it in shock. I told you to run, Rin. Oh no. Your mom looks furious that you put yourself in danger. She storms over and you think she's gonna slap you, and then suddenly she pulls you into her arms and hugs you. She keeps rocking you and saying, my baby, over and over. It's pretty surreal. Almost as weird as the dog things with the eyes, honestly. After 2 weeks of darkness, with the blue sun barely skimming the horizon, it begins to move higher in the sky, and daytime returns. The council admits that they don't know how the gates were opened or how the creatures got in. Some of the attacking creatures were once thought to be docile. Others were species nobody had seen before. It was like something had driven them to assault the colony. At least nobody was killed. This time. It's our birthday again! Childhood is fleeting and precious. We have made friends. We have gained skills. We have gained quite a few kudos and stress, but nothing for, but apparently we're still at 0 rebellion. Interesting. And look at all the cards that we have got. This is the overview of age 10, and now we start age 11. It is time to build towards saving Uncle Tonin. Tange furrows her brow as you approach. You again? She says. Why do you keep pestering me? It's not as though you've done anything to impress me upon your usefulness. At your blank look, Tange rolls her eyes. What I mean is we're not friends. Well, I see how it is. Nem is running around the sports ball pitch. Com says the most important part of defense training is knowing when to run away. She huffs as she runs past. Good thing I'm so good at running. Indeed you are, Nem. Indeed you are. Hey, Dis. You don't see Dis at first, but you do hear rustling followed by the screech of metal on metal. After a few minutes of looking, you spot Dis placing large rocks in front of a piece of corrugated metal leaning against the wall. He stops and looks at you. You didn't see anything, he says, going back to covering up his tracks. Oh, no, absolutely not. We saw nothing. What are you talking about, Dis? I love Tange, but they are indeed a bit of a dick sometimes. Tammy is sitting in the lounge, quietly looking out the window at the colony. Everyone is so busy doing important things, she remarks. Working in the crèche is pretty hard work, but Auntie Seedent makes it look so easy it almost feels like playing. Aw. Tammy. Mars yawns as you approach, making no attempt to hide it. It's so boring here. I just watch holovids all day and all night. Why should I bother sleeping? It's not like I need to save my energy for anything. She sighs. I wish I were in a holovid. Then maybe something interesting would happen. Oh, Mars. If only you knew. Medicinal roots, yes. Cal is scrubbing at his hands in the water barrel, trying unsuccessfully to get all the dirt out from underneath his fingernails. It looks like a lost cause. Cal's hands have been dirt-stained probably since you landed here. Stupid, Cal mutters. Stupid arg! He jerks his hand out of the water and holds them to his face, and you hear him sob. Why did they have to? It's not fair. We didn't do anything to them. He wipes his eyes and startles when he sees you. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there, he says. I was just, washing my hands. Oh, Cal. Cal, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will never take it for granted, Dad. I will never take you being here for granted, Dad. Mom? Your mom is taking a break at her makeshift desk inside the domes. What's up, Rin? Need me for something? Well, I would tell you what I learned today, but I can't actually get organizing skill. Hey, Uncle Tonin. No, still can't go out there. Do we know anything more? The Manticore, the Unisaur, yeah. We've seen... Ooh, the Eye Beast. Dog-like creatures with rippling, oily black skin and multiple ocular growths all over their bodies. It is quite literally the thing that killed us at the beginning of the game. Alright, we have just enough to do, like, 1 or 2 things. We've gotten to the first perk in Bravery and Perception. I would very much like, a bit more toughness. So that's what we're gonna do, because we are heroic, and this will add to our toughness score. We're gonna shovel some dirt. Construction crews are hard at work repairing the damage done in the last attack. You're pulling weeds from the garden beds when you see Cal scurry past you. Moving with a purpose, he doesn't even stop to say hello before he disappears into a barn. We are gonna follow him. You slip into the barn behind Cal. He's so absorbed in whatever's in that broken storage box that he doesn't hear you. You can do it, he whispers. Come on, go, go, go. You creep forward, but the barn door creaks closed behind you, and Cal jumps. Rin! He says, moving between you and the box. What do you need? What's in the box? Cal clenches his fists. Nothing! It's nothing! Whatever Cal is going to say next is interrupted by a chirping noise from the box. Cal gasps and whirls around, and you both rush forward to look. Inside the box is a pink caterpillar-like creature about the length of your arm, blinking up at you with big, multiple-faceted eyes. Its mouth parts wave at you and make a clicking, chirping noise. It's hatched, Cal says. Hey, little baby. Welcome to the world. What is it? Dunno, Cal says. Looked it up on the Surveyor archives, but nobody's found anything like it before. It's true. You have no idea what this creature is. You knew about this thing? Yeah, it showed up in one of the first shipments of mushwood, he says, rubbing its little nose. Just curled up in a little cocoon. It looked like a dried up leaf, but warm. I didn't want to throw it away, in case whatever was inside of it's still living, and no one was using this busted up storage box, so... Cal puts the small creature on his shoulder. What are you, little buddy? You look like a big old caterpillar, but cuter. The creature yawns, showing off its circular rows of tiny even teeth. It nestles against Cal's neck as he scritches it under the chin. Maybe we call you a dilly pillar? He touches one of its 6 white-capped feet. Socks. Socks the dilly pillar. Well, it could be dangerous. We could hope that nobody finds out, or we could go tell. FYI, there's a skip read mode. It's a bit annoying sometimes because it can skip some important scenes too, like a colony attack, but I sometimes turn it on, but probably not from the second playthrough. Yeah, Broccoli, if I was playing this on my own, I might put that on, but like, I basically just don't read the things that I've already read before when it comes to this. And that's kind of the reason why I play the game at a much slower speed than you will on your own. Because I'm trying to, you know, entertain and read through all the stuff for everyone, all the viewers. So I am actually playing this at like a ridiculously slow speed. And plus, you know, I stop and take breaks and talk to chat and stuff like that. So I just hope nobody finds out. Same here, Cal says. Do you remember Miss Manners, the mouse we found on the stratospheric? The grown-ups wouldn't let us keep her. He frowns. I wonder what happened to her in engineering. Maybe Tange knows. I have to hide her, Cal says, looking around. Think she'll be okay if I keep her in the broken storage box? He places socks gently in the box and closes the lid. Go back to sleep, little buggy wuggy, he croons. Sleep tight. Oh no, we've got a secret pet! Challenges can have conditions. Yep. One slot gets a +1. Well. Let's see here. 5, 4. 5, 0, 0. Yeah, it's the same score because this makes a pair, which gives it a +1. Yeah, and either way, this becomes a 21. Okay. Unless... No? "21 is as good as it gets. Unless I want to use up any of these, which I don't. So I win! I still got 6 toughness from that, you guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty good. So much happened in the last month since the monster attack during Glow. The idea of this planet as a peaceful utopia has been shattered. The security squads are training new members and keeping close watch on the gates now. They're reinforcing the walls and even installing a few robotic turrets. In class, you have drills on what to do if the colony is attacked again. In all the excitement, you forgot. Today was your birthday! Your parents haven't forgotten. They wake you up early with enthusiastic shouts of "Surprise!" A Vertumnum year is only a little longer than a year on Earth, so you've taken up its calendar for birthdays. Yours is the second month of quiet. Oh, I actually am the second month of quiet. Sparks snow drifts slowly past your porthole window as you snuggle with your dad, and your mom climbs up too and sits on the edge of your bed. Your dad pulls a bowl of fruit from behind his back with a flourish, like a magic trick. At least you think it's fruit. What are those? Bobber fruit, your dad grins. The foragers have been picking these just outside the walls. They might look funny, but they're tasty. Try one. You take a cautious bite. The pulp is soft and tastes a bit like lemon, only more blue. I bet you can't wait to join the surveyors out there, your dad says wistfully. Who knows what else you'll find? Rin is not allowed outside the gates, your mom interrupts, her voice sharp. It's too dangerous for kids. Well, I know, but eventually, your dad says. But your mom cuts him off again. But not now, your mom replies. Not since the attack. Not with everything we know is out there now. I helped. I was a hero. You knew about the monsters, admit it. The attack was scary. We're not gonna do this. We have seen the glow attack coming, but, like, telling them is not gonna help us. So, I helped. I was a hero. Don't even start, your mom snaps. You should have been in the crèche with the others, not putting yourself in danger for no reason. You don't get it. You know your mom wasn't a farmer back on Earth. She was a fighter, too. She's such a hypocrite. Even still, your mom says, it's clear that everyone should know how to defend themselves if it happens again. To be clear, this includes knowing when to run away, your dad adds. Security Chief Rhett's offering self-defense lessons at the garrison. You know. Even for the kids, if you're interested. You should drop in sometime. Your mom gives a stern look. And I know your friend Dis has been sneaking outside the walls, she says grimly. If I catch you doing that, I'm gonna start putting a chip in your ear. You laugh. What a good joke. Your mom doesn't laugh. Oh God. Do we start rebelling now? Or do we just go, what? Me? Never. Mom. I've only ever done it once. Come on. What do we think, chat? It's probably not that dangerous. Winter fairy in your 11111s. You're ridiculous. Yeah, you better never, your mom retorts, crossing her arms. I would never, Mom. What are you talking about? Hey, Cal. Oh, man, he's still having flashbacks. I need some time off. Oh my god, I'm so stressed. Dad, I need a hug. Aw, he doesn't have time to hug me. He just has time to wave. She will never catch me doing that. Absolutely not. You learned at a young age not to sneak up on your mom. She's jumpy, and gets kind of mean if someone surprises her. That's just how she's always been, and you never questioned it. You always make sure to walk a little more heavy when she hasn't noticed you yet. Yeah, we do not sneak spy on Mom. She dangerous. She will wreck you. Mars is leaning over a hollow screen, chin in hand. She exhales and blows a piece of hair out of her eyes. I hate schoolwork, she says, but my dad's told me that a good education is necessary for all people of culture. So I guess I gotta go. She scrolls listlessly through her work on one finger. I'm doing the science part last, though. Tammy! Tammy is at the door of the lounge holding a tray of freshly baked sweets. Oh, Rin, she exclaims, handing out one to a passing child. You're just in time to try my new soy sweet flavor. She places one in your hand. It's still warm and slightly squishy. Oh, Tam. Tammy. Tange. Ugh, we're still not friends. Nem! Rin, look! Her palms are covered in a collection of scrapes and blue flaky scales. I'm getting tougher every day. Hey, want to train together? On your way to the sports ball pitch, Nem shares a story about the time her brother Calm once spiked the ball so hard that he broke Utopia's nose, back when she used to play sports ball too. She describes it in gory detail. But don't go easy on me, she exclaims. That's why we have med beds, right? Plus, I might get a cool scar. She thumbs a blue scaled scar on her jaw right under her ear. This one. Heck yeah. Let's go. Alright, that is all the skill gain we can get because we are stressed. So stressed. Oh my god, the stress. Let's go chill. We're relaxing in the lounge. It's nice to take some time off to chill after all the stress of school and work, not to mention the mental toll of just living on this unpredictable planet. Yeah, I am appreciating it to no end. Are you kidding? I was so ecstatic when we saved Tammy. I was like, we did it, you guys! We did it! I'm still so ecstatic. Looks like you're not the only one who needs some downtime. Some of the other kids are also relaxing in the lounge. Ads coming in about a minute for you guys, so just be aware. We could sit alone on our holopalm, but we're gonna approach Mars and Dis. Dis is our friend. Okay, but you do stink, you hear Mars defend herself. It's not my fault that you can't tell it. Maybe your nose stopped working, but the rest of us can smell it, and... She waves her hand in front of her nose and makes a PU gesture, then turns to you. He smells awful, right, Rin? No, we're not gonna be a bully. A sniff test is not gonna go over well. This is a bullying Dis. We will not do this. We could just tell Mars to stop being mean, and she'll probably respect us for it, actually. Yeah. Stop being so mean, Mars. Okay. So that didn't help our friendship with her, but it's fine. You stand toe to toe with Mars. She glares at you, then Dis. Ugh, fine, she says, defeated. I'm sorry, Dis. I'm just trying to help. But I should have it said, but I should have I can read. I promise. I've been doing it the whole time. Why is it that this is what I trip over? My mouth. Come on. Let's go. I'm sorry, Dis. I'm just trying to help, but I should have said it in a nicer way. Not everyone in life is going to tell you the truth, you know. Ooh. Eagle Eyes or Tough Face? I would like to get rid of neither. One sec. I would have rather gotten rid of Crawling or First Steps. We do have other 2 cards. Tough Face's loss would not be the be-all, end-all. I mean, I know Eagle Eyes 1 is a 0 card, but it also gives us +1 on physical challenges to win. So, like, at the moment, it's not a problem. The other 2s that I have are also do cool things, including this Fleshwild. So I think I can get rid of Tough Face. And it will be fine. Let's forget it. Yep, Tough Face. Bye-bye. I mean, I could have kept both, but there was no point, so it's fine. We have reached late quiet. We are now totally not stressed. Yes. Working in the creche almost feels like playing. All right. Look, Mars, we got off on the wrong foot. It's fine. I don't like not being friends with you, so I found something you might like, okay? Have a pretty crystal. She holds the crystal up to the light and gazes into it. At the right angle, I can see my face in it. Beautiful. There you are. I'm gonna go out and get some more of them, so... Cal? Still post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay. Poor Cal. Dad! Is it hug time? Oh, no, it's blossom time. A blossom for my little blossom? We love you, Dad. Alright, Mom. Rin, come here. Uh-oh, you know that tone of voice. Those raised eyebrows, that pinched mouth. Your mom's mad about something. You slink over to her and cross your arms. I know you haven't been going to school, she says tiredly. She leans hard on her rake. We talked about this. You have to focus on your studies or you'll end up shoveling dirt or delivering packages for the rest of your life. Hal wants to see you in class, damn it, she says, pointing her finger at you. Don't think he doesn't tell me all about your skipping out on lessons. Your job, your only job, is to train up that big brain I gave you so that you can keep this colony running when we're gone. Her eyes go wide, but she shakes her head. I know you don't want to hear it, but I won't be here forever. You kids are tomorrow's governors, chief engineers, and chief cultivators. Maybe sooner than you think. Yeah, Mom. She doesn't miss the sarcasm in your voice. Cut it out, Rin, she says. You'll shape up and pull your weight around here or things are going to get real uncomfortable for you. But Mom, I gotta save Dad and Uncle Tonin. Yeah, I know we're still not friends, and it's only because you're denying our friendship. Ange. Nem has her mouth wide open to the sky, catching flakes of the weird snow that drifts from the sky. Tangy, she giggles. Get it? Tangy? Like tangent? That's what we used to call her, do you remember? I do. You spot Dis arguing with someone working in expeditions. They point angrily back to the gates, and Dis slinks towards you, anger in his eyes. We're trapped here, he grumbles. I hate it here. Oh, wait. I have something that you might like. Wow. Dis is uncharacteristically excited about these roots. They're so colorful. I've never seen roots like these before. What kind of plant are those from? All right. We're sneaking out. I don't care what Mom says. We're sneaking out. So much foreshadowing. Oh, yeah. But Mom, I'm getting to be a really good explorer so that you don't work yourself to death during a famine. Yeah, basically that. Yeah, no, I'm all rebellion today. Let's go. Look, if they refuse to listen to me about the horrors of everything, I am going to save them whether they like it or not. All right. We've seen this event before, so we're just gonna be as quiet as possible and perceive. Are you sure that Tonin isn't a hobbit? He's an elf. I don't know if that means a hobbit or not, but first steps, first words, done. Okay. This becomes a 6. This can go here. I'm sorry, this becomes a 5. I actually can do this and this. That's pretty good. We've already hit goal in round 2. 3, 2. Doesn't matter that becomes a 2. It was already a 2, and then we get a run of 2s. Or we could do a straight 3, which is even better. Super gold. Let's go. Extra perception, part of it from heroic and part of it from eagle eye perk. We perceive all the things. As you settle into watch from behind the strand, yeah, they hold still because they noticed us. Then they go back to their business. They rub scent on their territory. They take a leak. We take a picture. They sharpen their horn against a rock that's clearly their favorite. They seem to have eaten recently, and eventually they curl up for a nap and we run away. It's magical. Nope, don't want to go back that way. Onward. Uh-oh. Person in black. That could be Dis, but isn't. Let's hike over there and look for clues. You bushwhack down into the valley and up the other path where you thought you saw them standing. No signs of a camp or anything obvious, like a dropped pack. No note, "I'm watching you" sign mysterious figure. Spooky. More mushwood. Alright. Let's cut through. You stop for lunch eating an earth treat grown from your own greenhouses. A watermelon, nice and sweet, like a solid Watato pod. You munch away, spitting at the seeds. We're gonna practice spitting seeds because it gives us combat skill. You take the challenge seriously, lining up targets and keeping score. Your aim improves. Heck yeah. More. Oh, that's Utopia. Don't want to get bound by her. Hello. Hello, friend. You hear a sad hiccuping sound and follow it to find a sick hop-eye. It's hunched down low, its foot completely nestled under its body and shivering uncontrollably. Its enormous eyes roll around in confusion and fear as you approach. We will try to take it home with us. This is going to be a hard animals challenge. A 15 should be a nice opener, don't you think? Alright. Got some zeros. I would like to do this. Actually, if I do this, I can do that. That's actually pretty good. Now we'll see how round 3 is. Alright. 5, 5, 5, 4, 1. Super gold. Just wanted to give it that little push. The little push. So yeah, we got a 3 of a kind and a straight and 2 flushes, and we win. We might be enough for the first animal perk, which I think lets us upgrade to a level 2 pet. Yeah. Exactly. That is why we're doing it. The hop-eye hisses and tries to bite you. It doesn't want to be touched. You throw your jacket over it, then carefully pick it up and put it in your pack. You crack the zipper a bit to give it some fresh air. Your dad helps you make a little nest for it in an empty part of the geoponics barn. Every day you bring it food and water and gradually nurse it back to health. Cal takes an active interest in the recuperation. Utopia says that hop-eyes don't really have a gender, he says, as you're washing out the pen together. Or maybe she said they're both, and they're really social. So what are you gonna name them? Mrs. Hoppington, Sir Hops-a-Lot, Hoptimus Prime, Hop Solo, or something else. And something else is where we can custom name. We did Hop Solo before. This time I'm gonna name it Hoppapalooza. Hoppapalooza. That's what I'm naming it. You guys can't stop me. Cal offers the Hop-eye a piece of bobber fruit. Cute! Hoppapalooza plucks the fruit from Cal's hand and hops into your lap to snuggle down and nibble on it. Cal snaps a photo with his hollow palm and shares it, captioning it, "Friends for life." Aww. We have that. Unfortunately, that did mean that we were no longer able to continue doing things out there. You crawl through the big drainage pipe behind the sports ball pitch, carefully sliding the metal grate back into place behind you, then carefully check that the coast is clear. Good thing, too, because Uncle Tonin is passing by on his way to the garrison. You curl up in the shadows and wait for him to leave. Whew, that was close. Bravery and perception and friendship with our bestie. And now we've got a pet. Not quite enough for the animals perk because we had to come back so early. I am going to switch out for the Hop-eye though for that less stress buff. Because the less stressed we get, the better. But now we have a pet. We have a pet. Some of the boss events let you explore after, but most don't, yeah. Nem huffs as she runs up to you and doubles over, bracing her hands on her knees. I'm going for the Bantam Division distance record at this year's Vertimiglia. She's fun. Dis wipes his eyes and hides his face as you approach. Go away, he sniffles. I just want to be left alone. Why won't people just leave me alone? I don't want to be part of this stupid colony. Hey, does this interest you? That's what I thought, friendo. Ooh, we hit a threshold. Second of all, hey, I have food for you. I know you're hungry all the time. Nem looks at the offering. Thanks. It's not her favorite. Oh, but we got 2 thresholds. Yes! Friendship, friendship, let's go, let's go. You and Nem are playing in the garrison yard with sticks, chasing each other around and pretending to be sword fighting. The adults training nearby are patient with you as long as you don't get near the target dummies, but sometimes you stray too close. Watch out, Annie! One of the security personnel calls out as Nem bumps into her. You kids stay behind the fences, okay? It's Anemone, she retorts as you both retreat to a safe distance. Nem throws her stick to the ground and pouts. Just because everyone else shortens their name, it doesn't mean I have to do it. I like being Anemone. But having a nickname is kind of cool and mysterious. Like having a call sign, you know? What would you call me, Rin? How about Nem? Nem tilts her head. Huh, never heard that one before. She mimes, swinging a sword a few times. Nem, Nem, I like it. Short and punchy, just like me. It's kind of like I'm a venture from a story. Hell yeah, all cards under 2 become 2. Yes. Nem picks up her discarded stick. Now, she says, brandishing it at you, prepare to be defeated by the mighty Nem. Let's go. You spend the next hour sparring with Nem in the yard. Dude, that was the best. Now she's Nem. She's just Nem. Dis is sitting in the bed of one of the expedition vehicles, tinkering with a bit of tech. He tries to hide it when he sees you, but it's in so many pieces that he only manages to shove some behind him before he gives up and glares at you mistrustfully. What do you want? What are you doing? Dis squints at you. Promise you won't tell on me, he says. Promise. They weren't using it, he starts, already sounding defensive, as he turns the biggest piece of the device over in his hands. It was just sitting there in command, so when they weren't looking, I took it. I took it, and no one noticed. He seems excited about this fact. I think it's part of a communication device, he says thoughtfully, so I'm trying to figure out how it works. I want to talk to the aliens. Dang, we don't have the engineering. Just be careful, okay? Dis nods and fiddles with the device. Who cares, he says. People on Earth used to use stuff like this, thinking that it could pick up the voices of ghosts, Dis says. But it was probably just radio waves. So I figure, if I'm looking for radio waves, aliens have to exist, he continues, quietly, with great conviction. They have to. You can't have this much life on a planet without some of it being smart, like we are. He sighs. I just want to talk to them, he says. Maybe I'd fit in more with the aliens than I do here. Hey, anything is possible. Dis nods and looks outward into the mushroom forest. I know you're just trying to be nice, he says quietly. Even if you think we're really alone out here and you're just trying to make me feel better, it's still nice. Hey, Dis, I'm not just trying to be nice. I am nice. And I think you're right. Dis is perched on a big rock, silently watching the forest. He barely moves as you approach. The longer you look, the more you see, he says cryptically. Aw man, we gotta get our bravery up. Nem rolls a bobber fruit down her arm and flicks it to you with her elbow, then munches down on one of her own while she watches the construction crews work on the walls. Kinda cool, huh? She says. Soon this place is gonna be like a real colony. Hell yeah, Nem. Hell yeah. Oh hey, we have an event with Cal, too. Ange? Yep, we're still not quite friends. Tammy! Oh yes, it's almost like playing. We really should hang out with Tammy a little bit. We love her so. Hey, Cal! Catch Cal at the gate to the gardens. He's carrying a big bucket of rocks. Hi, Rin! He exclaims. He pauses to pat your pet on the head. And hello to you too, Hoppapalooza. Oh, I'm supposed to tell you there's a new park near Geoponics now. We can run around all we want. Nobody will say we're trampling the fields. You should come play there sometime. And bring Hoppapalooza. They'll love it. So we can now upgrade our pets as soon as we get the perk. Mom? A lot of people in geoponics get sick this time of year, especially your dad. Because the pollen doesn't bother her as much, your mom has to work extra hard to pick up the slack. Hey, Rin, she says, wiping her brow. Do you need something? I'm a little busy. You spot your dad looking longingly towards the forest. You ever think about what's out there, he muses? There could be anything, we don't even know. He sighs and leans on his rake, and I'm stuck here pushing around the dirt. Aw, Dad. I wish I could send you out on the survey teams, but you would die out there. Like, seriously. So many logs. Mars is watching her holoscreen intently. She shushes you before you can get in a word. They're about to kiss, Mars hisses, barely giving you a second look. That's fine. Anything new? Ooh, we have enough toughness to deliver supplies, so let's apply. Chief Administrator Seek greets you at the depot. They look you up and down. Ren, you never struck me as a particularly responsible or organized, but children never are. What makes you think you'd be a good fit for the position of courier? You didn't realize there was going to be a job interview. I can carry a lot? Strong for your age, maybe. But lucky for you, you're the only applicant this week for the job. You've got it, for now, anyway. They use their elegant stylus to note this on their holopalm. Come back in a few minutes and you can help make deliveries. Yes, there will be kudos in it if you do it correctly. Cool, now we can do that. So this is organizing and perception, and also friendship with Mars, which is not bad. Anything new here? Wear your masks in pollen season. Second month, the festival is the second month of dust. This is the original set. All right. We're not going to deliver supplies. We need to get a bit more biology in, I think, to help our dad, which is going to be like a priority next year. Right now we need to help Uncle Tonin not die, which happens at the end of wet season. So we're going to go sneak out again. What makes you think that you'd be a good courier? I'm not Mars? Good point. You start tomorrow. Yeah, basically. Wolfang! Welcome in! 7 months, let's go! Thank you so much for 7 months, Wolfang. I'm glad to have you. I hope you are well. It's been a hot second. We're sneaking out through the drain pipe again. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright, that's back the way we came. This is the way forward. Ooh, more medicinal roots. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, that's Utopia. We do not want that. We do want the roots over there, though, so this, please. A nearby pond has dammed up and washed out the path here. The path continues on the other side. Let's bravely jump over it. Hey, May. Hope you're doing well. How's gameplay going? Gameplay is going fantastically so far. This is run number 2, so if you've missed any of what I've been doing and I was a teenage exocolonist, !YouTube in the chat will get you to the playlist pretty easily. But yeah, I hope you are doing well. Oh my god, I just got a cool ending. Such a cool ending. I'm glad, Plague. I'm glad. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna do like a low score here. Because it's gonna be fine. This is a 4. This is a 4. And this becomes a pair of 2s, which is all good. Yeah, it's been a while. We'll try to show it more often, not only when I see the Twitch billing. I mean, I understand, Wolfang. Life gets in the way. I totally get it. All right, we got a 5, a 5, a 4, a 4, and a 1. And we win! And we super goal it, and we get much bravery, many wow. Because I'm just that darn good. Now we're getting bonuses to pairs over flush, so be aware of the changes because of our Hopeye, who is keeping us less stressed out. Do, do, do. You bravely fall in and get wet. You flounder towards the other side, soaked but victorious. And we get less stress all the way around. Medicinal roots? Oh, there were medicinal roots down there. Ooh, I want. Give. Give me the roots. Just the roots. Alright, I don't want to go too far that way because we'll go back. I'll have to sneak back in. We're trying to sneak around Utopia, essentially. Mushwood log, yes please. This one, please. You spot a suspiciously regular mound of dirt. Maybe something is buried there? Could be dangerous, though. Let's poke it with stick. You cautiously break off a branch and prod the suspicious mound, watching closely for signs of movement. Nothing. You poke it further and discover it is in fact just a regular pile of dirt. Nothing more. Alright. Is there anything over there that I want? No. So we can avoid that one and go this way. Alright. Well, to go forward, we need this. You're doing well? That's wonderful. Just a few worries like having to go to the DMV to renew my license. Hey, Wolfang, the DMV is very intimidating, but you've got this. I believe in you. It's mostly just a waiting game, and then you do what they tell you, and everyone is happy. Like, I promise, the DMV is not that big a deal. If you have the capacity to make an appointment before you go, you will have a much less terrible time waiting. They will prioritize the appointments over the walk-ins. Just saying. That, at least that's what my experience is. Perhaps your state is different or your DMV setup is different. But if you have the capacity to call and make an appointment, I would do that. I would highly suggest it. That's my advice. Take it or leave it. All right. This planet is full of all sorts of bugs. Little wrigglers, hopping beetles, shining creepers, and snaily things. Oh my. You crouch in the long grasses and explore a square meter in great detail. There's so much to see. You don't even know what any of these things are. They might not even have names yet. Do we touch one or do we just watch? The appointment system isn't working. Oh no. Of course not. Of course not. Why would it work? Yeah, take the day off, expect to be there for hours, and, find something quiet to do on your phone while you wait. But remember to be able to hear your number. That's all. That's the advice. I want to touch one. I want to touch one. I want to touch it. It's gonna be a cool bug. I want to touch it. Ew, you touched it. The stress, it builds. It's another Hopeye! You spot a group of Hopeyes playing in a clearing. They let you get pretty close to watch them chatter at each other and rub noses. They're all friends, just like people, but they hop away if you get too close. Yeah, we're just gonna wander through. And from then on, Ren was known as None-Fingered Ren. No, that's not how that works. That's silly. Okay. So what if I do these and these and these and have like a flush go on here? That's pretty good. And we'll do this and this and this and this, and it all is good. Oh yeah, we win. It's fabulous. Now we have the animals perk. The Hopeyes are wary at first, but you crouch down and copy their cute little squeaking noises. You bounce towards them, and amazingly, they don't hop away. You play with the Hopeyes for a few minutes before moving on. Cute little guys. I like watching your stream. That would be great. With only one AirPod, so I don't miss my number. Thank you. Of course, Wolfang, of course. You're too worn out and tired to continue. You have to go home now. Oh no, but I got the perk to level up my Hopeye in the garden. Hell yeah, bravery and perception. I'm almost to the next perception perk, too. Hell yeah. We are stressed, but that's fine. It's mid-pollen now. Yep, this place is gonna look like a real colony soon. Hey, Dis. Dis sits before a collection of rocks grouped by color and texture. As you watch, he takes another rock from his pockets and stacks it with its kin. He looks up at you. What? He says flatly. You've never seen rocks before? I am on it, Trav. We're gonna max out perception this run. Dare you to go into a restricted area. Ooh, wild value. You dare Dis to explore the creepiest, darkest part of engineering, deep down where even Chief Engineer Instance never goes, under the recycling room where they say they're ghosts. You set the mood and sneak around behind him, put your hollow palm flashlight under your face and shout, "Boo!" He rolls his eyes. Ren, think about it. If there were ghosts on this spaceship, one of them would be my mom. Oh yeah, I guess that would scare a normal person, but Dis still isn't scared of anything. Alright. That was pretty fun. Hange. I'm pestering you because I'm friends with your brother, and I want to be friends with you too. I don't care. Timmy! Yep, it still feels like playing when you work in the creche. Cal! Cal's scooting on an empty wheelbarrow through the gardens. Beep, beep, he cheers. I'm a garden bot, get out of my way. He pulls up beside you and laughs. Hey, Rin, what's happening? He's funny. Mom, I love you. Your mom blinks at you like she hasn't seen you in a while. Wow, you're getting big, she mutters, shaking her head in disbelief. Hey, Dad. Aw. He's struggling. It's... The shimmer is making him itch. Everywhere, including his eyeballs. Poor Dad. You spot Mars tapping away at a hollow screen. She appears to be trying different clothing options on a digital doll maker. Look, Ren, she says, showing you her work. You can look like anything you want. I always thought I would look good with, like, horns, maybe. She hums. Maybe I can ask engineering about it. You sure could, but I wouldn't bet on horns. Alright, we are too stressed to do anything, but go to Geoponics and hang out in the new park. I want to be friends with you too, May in her most chill day. I don't care. I want to be friends with everybody, but I still don't care that much. Mostly because my default setting is caring all about everybody. So, like, past that, it's all good. As you and Cal walk through the park, a special place set aside for growing ornamental plants from Earth. It was grown from a precious seed bank, preserved for over 20 years aboard the Stratospheric before your mother started planting them here on Vertumna. Almost nothing here is grown for food, though many of them are technically edible. It's so green here, Cal says, stopping to smell a bunch of fist-sized red flowers with velvety petals. Wow, they smell so sweet. My mom worked really hard on this. Your mom brought these flower seeds from Earth and somehow found time to cultivate them here, even though there was so much work to do on the farm. It just goes to show there's a lot about your mom that you still don't know. It's so peaceful. Cal breathes deep, a funny smile on his face. It really is. This is one of my favorite places in the whole colony. You can really feel the love in every plant. One pretty white flower in particular is flourishing here. The astrantia, your mother's favorite. It seems to be growing faster than even the native plants do, covering the paths and bluffs with tiny white stars. You practically have to push clumps of it aside in some places just to make sure you don't crush any. Good thing it's so beautiful. Not this one. First steps can go, though. Bye-bye. You're finishing breakfast in the common area when Marzipan struts in. Look at you, eating cereal, she says, turning her nose up at you. I'll bet you don't even know what day today is. It's Valentine's Day. No, you dummy. Mars starts, then pauses and gives you a suspicious look. Wait, what did you say? Well, anyway. Today, she announces to the room, is St. Valentine's Day. Dis and Tammy wander over to hear more. Back on Earth, Mars explains, it was a day when everyone had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. And then you put the sweets under your pillow and it makes you dream about who you're gonna marry. And there are decorations of hearts and arrows and pigs. Tammy cocks her head. Why pigs? Before Mars can answer, Dis snorts, this is dumb. Marzipan just made it up to get free candy. He rolls his eyes and walks away. As he leaves, Mars shouts at his back, well, nobody was going to pick you anyway. You stink. Oh, bless me. And everybody knows that you don't eat cereal on Valentine's Day because cereal's not at all romantic. I know who my best friend will be. Mars bats her eyes jokingly. Oh, really? Who could it be? She asks playfully. I'm gonna tell all the other kids about it, Mars says. You go around and find your best friend and give them a gift. She points her finger at you. Make sure you do it by the end of the day or it doesn't count. And if too many people want to be my best friend, she adds, I'll hold tryouts for the position. It's only fair. She tosses her hair over her shoulder and laughs. Well. Aw. This pollen is no joke, Dad. You should take it way more seriously. I need you to take better care of Dad, Mom. He's dying. Like, literally. Please, dear gods, poke Dr. Instance more to make her fix him. Alright. It is a Valentine's Day, and we don't have the right gifts, but we do have a few things. I can give mostly sticks. Mars has clearly been waiting for someone to ask her to be their best BFF, but she's trying to play it cool, looking expectant and nonchalant at the same time. She's tapping her foot while kind of idly looking around at nothing. On second thought. I'm booked anyway, no room for more friends. Goodbye! Okay. I can back out, but they have reactions. Who do we want to be our bestie? So. Nem is 20. Cal is 20. Tange is 11. Dis is 33. Mars is 4. Tammy is 13. What if there was a special edition heart-shaped cereal with pink heart-shaped marshmallows? I mean, I'd be down, Wolfang. I don't know if other people would find that romantic, though. It's a bit consumerist, not gonna lie. But it sounds delicious. Although trying to be better friends with Tammy would be nice. I mean, we just haven't really been doing anything that gives us extra, friendship with Tammy. Is all. It looks like Dis kind of is the thing. Raptor, we're already friends. I will call you my best friend forever if you call me your best friend forever. Like, is that a deal? We can be besties. I have many. Damn it. You're not even in this game, dude. Maya's friend. Yeah, I mean, you guys all followed me and some of you are subscribed to me. And that means that we're friends now. I'm sorry. You're here. We're friends now. Come visit, friend. Dude, if I had the money to come visit you, I would. I don't even know where you are in the world, but I would totally come visit, because I think Mr. Skrake is awesome. Alright. You find Dis watching the jungle through the gap in the fence, kicking the dirt with his toes. He's quiet when you walk up. He must be in one of his moods. We're just gonna watch with him. You sit and watch the jungle with him for a while. You ask if he sneaks out there often. Dis nods quietly. A few times, yeah. There's a way through behind the garrison building. You both sit in silence again for a really long while until he breaks it by saying, "It's really nice out there." I could be. Time to design an OC, design dialogue for it, get the OC character commission, port the model art and dialogue into the game through a commissioned mod. I mean, Raptor, if you want to mod yourself into I was a teenage exocolonist, I would totally play that mod. And then I could be your friend in the game too. Or, alternatively, the next time that I play Darkest Dungeon 2, you can name any of the characters and I will play with you as well. I would die in first year if you saved Tammy. Raptor, why would you do that to me? I would have to choose between you and Tammy? How is that fair? How about you come in with the Helios crew instead of Vase? How's that? Just replace him. That would be fine. Want to be best friends to annoy Mars? You explain that of course you aren't taking it seriously, you just think it would be funny. He looks at you and shrugs. Sure, I guess, he says, then looks back out at the forest. It is kind of funny. It's a stupid thing anyway. No deal, we need that little shithead. Ah, Raptor dying from a fatal cotton candy interaction. 2 simultaneous events. Trav, don't make it worse. Do not. We've seen that one. Yeah, we've seen this one. I say hi to everybody, even when we've seen the dialogue, because, like, it's the thought that counts. We're just planning events for the mod. Trav, stop making it worse. Tammy looks up from something she's mending and gives you a gentle smile. Oh, hello, Rin, she says. Do you need something? Just your smiling face, Tam. Cal! Yep, still a garden bot. We've talked to Mom and Dad. Mars is gonna be mad. Mars is in a huff, because you didn't pick her for Valentine's Day? Seemed nobody picked her. She crosses her arm and scowls at you. I can't believe you chose Dis over me. Whatever. I'm just too mature for kids my age. The older kids get me, even if you don't. Bitch, please. Okay. Well, she's the lowest of the friendships here. Tange. Yep, still not friends. Okay, we have removed our stress. We could go back out. I need more biology. So actually, I'm gonna go to life sciences. I need more biology. I'm gonna get a little bit of smarts go, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dis is so much cooler than Use Mars, and it ain't your fault. It's actually entirely her fault. If she was less of a bitch, everyone would like her more. Pull a raccoon and try rinsing the cotton candy before eating it. Die from shame and a broken heart. Raptor! No! How about this? You can be the other year 1 death from a different event. Like, maybe you die in glow season if I don't go to one of the 2 places you can go by being brave enough. How about that? Then at the very least, I will feel less horrific. Because, come on. You can't tell me not to save Tammy. You just can't. She's too sweet. I already killed her once and it was terrible. Good afternoon, my burgeoning biologists and up-and-coming chemists. Professor Hal welcomes you back to your old classroom. This afternoon, we'll learn what I like to call the wet sciences. He gestures at the holo-projected lesson plan. Biology, chemistry, medicine, ecology, and geology. You'll learn a little bit of everything, with opportunities for further study in your favorite field. If you're looking for something a little drier, try registering for engineering classes. Alright. This is locked. Well, that's fine. Okay, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and it is all good. We win? Or, stay with me here. Doesn't matter which one I use. Well, I win. It's fine. I don't need to super goal it. I just need to win. Get some biology, get some friendship with Tange. A little bit of biology, a little bit of reasoning. That's good. Alright, late pollen. Into early dust. Okay. Sneak out again. Would rather hope you don't have to let anyone die, honestly. I die in glow because I stepped outside. I scare all the future players from going outside during glow. There you go, Raptor. You can be that one. I wish to be in this game and be an unavoidable death. Plague! Don't encourage this shit. Ah, you guys. I love my friends too much. I don't want you to die. Sneaking out. No one can stop me now. Okay, Utopia is still around there. This one is done. Double check. There's nothing past it. There are things past it. Okay. Ahead of you, the road curves right, and there's a steep hill leading off to the left. You bet there's a really great view from the top, but it's going to be a scramble to get up there. Hike! You leave your pack in some bushes at the base so you'll be lighter on your feet, then start the trek. It's tiring and even steeper than it looked from the bottom, but some broad mushroom-capped trees provide shade. The view from the top is spectacular. You can see all the way to the colony walls in one direction and down to a little sawmill in the other. Then you spot it. The rock. The most perfect boulder you've ever seen. Teetering right on the edge of the slope you just climbed up. It's almost as tall as you are and must weigh at least 2,000 kilos. But it's practically teetering there. You think with enough muscle you could push it over. There comes a time in every childhood that one must take life by the horns and just push the rock. You shove it with all your might, digging your toes in up to the hard ground and leaning in. The rock starts to slide. And suddenly it's off with a satisfying lurch, catapulting down the hill, rolling faster and faster, crashing through the bushes, and... oh, damn, your pack! The rock just rolled right over it! You make your way back down the hill to retrieve your bag, now completely destroyed along with all of its contents. Ah, shoot. You're gonna have a hard time explaining this one to your parents. You're gonna need a new pack. Collectibles respawn faster. Let's go, let's go. Sorry, Utopia. I am not falling for that bait. We're gonna find an umbrella. We've seen this one before. More perception from us. It's log, it's Big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's log, it's log. It's better than bad. It's good. You leave the path and sneak through the strand of mush trees to one of the little sawmills dotting this area. It's a small but busy operation. 3 people feeding mush tree logs onto some kind of machine, while a 4th one directs a 4-legged robot with a plas saw mounted on the front. Do we stay to watch what they're doing, or do we leave in disgust? We don't have a lot of blue cards. That would be a +3. Or a 3 with which can go higher because of the +1 for each gem. I think we leave in disgust. You like the forest better the way it is. It's all wild and natural. Yeah. Rebellion time. Now that's unfair of the game. Everyone knows that if there's a pushable rock, 100% of people will push it. You shouldn't be punished for that. Unfortunately, I knew where that was going as soon as I chose that, which is why I avoided it in our first run. Alright. Oh, hello. You come across a float cow that seems to be ill. She's floating upside down a meter off the ground, kicking her segmented legs in the air periodically as though trying to right herself. Her slitted eyes look at you imploringly. She makes a helpless, lowing noise and tries again to flip over, but her ratio of gas to liquid must be unbalanced. Hey, let's figure out what's going on with her. You take a closer look at the float cow. You've heard they float using a certain ratio of liquid to gas in their membranous bladders, so after some consideration, you figure out that the bladder on her back must be too full of liquid. And now we will milk the float cow so that she can right herself. It's hard to milk a float cow that's upside down. She struggles and kicks her legs at you as you try to flip her over long enough to get to the udders, but thanks to a combination of might and empathy, you manage to calm her down. She's still sick. Milk's supposed to collect in her lower udder, not her gas bladder, but at least she's balanced now, and she has a chance to get well on her own. Dad, we helped animals. Hello. Okay, I have to do this. As you come to a bend in the path, movement catches the corner of your eye. There's something up at the top of the nearby mushroom-capped tree. You can't quite tell what it is, but is that a person? Someone is peering over the edge of the mushroom cap above you. You can't quite see their eyes, but you get the impression of long dark hair and an enormous mocking grin. I wouldn't go that way if I were you, they warn playfully. They have a deep musical accent you don't recognize. A stranger? That's impossible. You're the only people around for thousands of light years. And what the heck is he doing here? Oh, we're gonna move on. You round the bed cautiously, expecting more slapgrass like the last time. None. You advance cautiously through some thick underbrush. Suddenly, you hear the growl of a manticore practically beside you. Your next thought? How do I get down from this tree? And shortly after that, how did I get up into this tree? You're embarrassed, but at least you've outrun the manticore, if there even was one. Dang it, I was hoping to get that root. Alright. Well, we got bravery and perception, and we're doing pretty good. It's time once more for Vertumnilia. The mood of the colony has been muted this year, ever since the attack during Glow. Though everything is still cheerfully decorated, the feast table is still heavy with food, mostly soy rations. This Vertumnilia just feels different in a way you can't describe. The colonists gather in the square for Governor Udicott's speech. What a year Vertumna has given us, the governor begins in her weedy voice. I stand before you so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. I have always hoped that we would bring with us the best facets of humanity, cooperation, resilience, and creativity, and the events of this year have given me no reason to doubt my convictions. These creatures were unexpected, but I urge everyone to consider what it means for life here. If Vertumna can sustain megafauna, then that means conditions are good for us as well. Then that means our friends in geoponics are already working on the logistics of domesticating the wildlife. Your dad, a second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave at the crowd. There is a smattering of applause. Mars elbows you. Hey, she whispers, did you hear? My dad says Uticot's going to announce the depot's open to the public. You shoot her a questioning look, and she rolls her eyes. You know, shopping? Somewhere to spend all the kudos we've been saving up? There's going to be candy and toys and makeup and nice-smelling soap, not the boring kind in the communal showers. You know the concept of shopping. They do it in the holovids from Earth, especially the ones Mars likes, but you've never actually done it. The colony provides everything you need, but it would be nice to buy yourself a treat. My dad's give me an allowance, Mars says, shooting you a look of pity. It's too bad your parents make you work for yours. You and Mars tune back into the speeches just as Uticot, as predicted, announces the opening of the general store. At the depot, Mars gives you a knowing look as she claps. Uticot gestures for the council members to stand. Finally, the council remains unchanged from last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you and the colony as your government. The music starts up as Governor Uticot finishes. Thank you all for your hard work and your perseverance this year, she says over the ruckus. Together we build the future. The crowd disperses and sets up for the annual Vertimilia Games. Just like last year, there's a talent show, a science fair, and bot wrestling. Now with an obstacle course. Which one will you participate in? Bot wrestling? Talent show? Or do we go eat? We're not a brain. You need to come back in wet season anyway. Yeah. I know, broccoli. More bots. We did bot wrestling last year. Do we want to do the talent show this year? Bot wrestling means beating out Cal. Talent show, I think, means beating out Mars or Tammy. The science fair is beating out Tangent. I'm participating in the laundry retrieval for this Vertimnilia. Pee-pee! How's Dollmare treating you? Are you freaking out yet? More bots for red cards. Talent show for variety. I mean, we are pretty heavy on the red cards already. It might be good to have a few more yellow cards, actually. Which we will get from the talent show. I am going to go to the talent show. Look, Dis is there. We also get friendship with Mars. Not that this is going well for us. She's still at a 4. She goes down to a 2 on the rig. Dis and Mars are your competitors for the talent show. Mars is a shoo-in for winning with her jazzy, high-energy dance routine, so all eyes are on Dis for daring to compete against her. Dis stands on stage and clears his throat, then gestures with his arm. From his hollow palm emerges a projection of a ventriloquist dummy. He sits it in his lap and launches into a comedy routine, speaking through the doll with zero filter. The judges all howl at his impression of Chief Engineer Instance, but the crowd favorite by far is Administrator Seek's thin, self-important voice coming out of the doll, imperiously demanding that not everyone can have perfect scores. They have to be rationed appropriately. Dis looks flustered by all the attention, but proud as well. He bobs in a little bow before leaving the stage to raucous applause. It'll be a hard act to follow, so what do we do? A magic act or hoverboard tricks? It's gonna be hard either way. Indeed, I have to walk a whole 300 feet, grab my laundry from the treacherous university dryers, then make the vile trudge back in 33 Fahrenheit sweltering heat. Raptor, I do not envy you. This is hilarious. I like him in these events. I'm glad we found out which events he participates in. The fact that he participates at all is pretty amazing. Gonna do hoverboard tricks. Locked, eh? Well. This is a pair. This is a 1. Not a huge opening. We could do this. and really make it good. Next. Okay. This is gonna get dicey. Ah, here we go. No. I win. That's the secret, Captain. I've been cadaverific this whole time. 33 heat? No, you fool! Man was not meant to live at such temperatures. Alright, I win though. Like it was hard. Hell yeah. You thrill the crowd with something you've been working on. A rhythmic performance incorporating music and hoverboard tricks. It's a hit. You win by audience applause. And we're popular. Dis just shrugs and smiles. He didn't mean to win anyway, so there's no hard feelings. Mars, on the other hand, is livid. I worked on my routine for months, she cries, and refuses to shake your hand. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for the much-needed break. Mars organizes a water fight that takes over the whole colony, even the adults. It brightens everyone's spirits, even in the thick heat of dust. You end up on top of the western wall with Dis, launching water-filled poof shrooms down on an unsuspecting Nem in the sports ball court below. The walls seem like a neat place to hang out and relax, much quieter than the lounge, if you're looking for some solitude. Which is literally how I made friends with him last time. Alright, it is mid-dust. We could go back out, but I think I need to do some skilling. So let's just check in with friends. You are absolutely getting tougher every day. Absolutely. Tange. Still not wanting to be friendly. Tammy, just your bright smile and sweet face. That's all I need from you. Mom. Oh, she's jumpy again today. Hey, Dad. Dad is poring over some reports, not supports, reports on his hollow palm. Oh, hey, little seedling, he says, distracted. Did you know that Watado plants are related to Stiff Blossom? I never would have thought. He puts his work and smiles. What do you need? Just to see you, Dad, because you're awesome. Hey, bestie. I have seed rocks before. Hey, does this interest you? Yeah, I thought you might enjoy it. We're up to 40 now. We must have hit an event with Cal. Mars pockets are bursting with candy. I am so glad the shop is open, she says, pulling a piece of soy taffy with her teeth until it snaps. It's honestly not even worth living if I can't shop. Right? Speaking of which, we could deliver supplies. But we can buy cake, and we can buy other things. Both of these would be useful if I remember to equip them correctly, but actually I just want to buy a piece of cake so I have it. Okay. Thank you. Hey, Cal. Hold this to your head now, my darling, you hear as you enter the garden looking for Cal. It'll help with the swelling. Cal is sitting with his mother, Auntie Tiara, who kneels beside him holding an ice pack to his head. Cal's eyes are a little puffy. He rubs them and sniffs as you approach. Hello, Rin. Tiara greets you with a kind smile. Don't worry. Recalcitrance just took a tumble off something he shouldn't have been climbing. Mom, Cal complains. It wasn't that bad. You gonna be okay? I'm okay, Cal reassures. It just bumped my head a little. Mom always knows how to make it better, he says with a boyish smile, even if I'm old enough to take care of myself. Oh, Mars, the judges just know talent when they see it. If you spent months on it and that's all you got, this clearly isn't your thing. Actually, Dis wins this year if you don't step in, so Mars would lose anyways and will try so hard next year. Yeah, I can see that. My brave boy, Tiara says, stroking his hair. Thanks for humoring me. She looks over to you. Don't let him show off for you, Rin. Ground-based feats of bravery only for the rest of the day. Cal whines and wrinkles his nose. Tira laughs and wraps him in a big motherly hug, rocking him back and forth. Despite his protests, Cal's eyes close in happiness. He really loves his mom. She is kind of the best. Cal is kicking a ball against the garden fence post, cheering when it bounces back towards him. Ever since we landed here, I don't play a lot of sports ball, he says, picking up the ball and tucking it under his arm. Nem and I used to play a lot, but honestly, I think I like working in the garden more. He smiles up at the sky. I just like doing stuff that feels like it makes a difference, you know? I don't just want to play all the time, like Nem. Oh, she doesn't want to play. Okay. I'm gonna save up a little bit to start going back out in wet. I think I'm gonna work on toughness again and see if we can't max out toughness before we get there. Let's shovel some dirt, you guys. Hello, low poly Mario enjoyer. Low poly Mario enjoyer. You like Mario games? That's awesome. That's the first time you've seen a picture of Cal's mom. She is not shown very often. Tira is not often shown, but she does have art and she is very pretty. Welcome in, by the way. Glad to hear from you. This is a lurk-friendly chat, of course. You are welcome to just hang out and not say anything, but it's lovely to hear from you, so thanks for being here. All right, let us shovel some dirt. We do love a Mario game. Do you ever get to see Tang Dis's mom? I would like a target for my resentment. Technically, no. Because she's dead. Yeah, they died years and years ago when Tangent and Dis were very small. So we never see her art because it does not exist. We really should try to be at 0 for early wet so that we can rest during mid-wet and go out again in late wet. That'd give us 2 runs and the best chance to save Tonin. Yeah, no, that's a good point, Trav. It's still dust, so I just would really like to get some toughness in case I need it. Okay, I wasn't sure on the chronology or how her and her husband joined the group. My understanding for the twins' parents is that they signed up as a couple at the beginning and also that the twins' mother was the ship therapist who tried to help everyone with their, troubles, their neuroses, their issues, and it overwhelmed her. She drank herself to death, unfortunately. Yeah, no, there's no, it would be really awesome to have, like, a group photo of the crew, or at least the main characters, like, the parents, like, when they left. But yeah, she's been gone since they were little. Like, younger than 10, little. So, Tanja's Drought was the first I did, so I had a lot of questions about her family. This is my second run, and Tanj was my relationship for my first run. So I totally understand. If you want to see how mine went, my first run, the playlist is on YouTube. So there's my YouTube channel. You can just go find the playlist, very easy. And yeah, I love Tanj. Are you kidding? She's my queen. But sadly, this is my second run, and I've already done her romance, and she does not have a happy end, unfortunately. But if you want to go check out how it went for me, feel free to go check it out there. They should all be in order. Let me know if they're not. My pleasure. You know, subscribe and ring the bell if you want the VODs going forward. But yeah, the playlists are there just so that if people want to catch up, because I don't stream on weekends, then they can. And you can also see what else I've streamed. So, do you know what you're planning to do on this route? I don't know who I'm going to romance specifically. Probably Dis, but at this point, I'm going for a, like, physical social build. Hybrid build, because I maxed out my mental stats last time. Currently, Dis is my bestie, and we're also trying to become pretty good friends with Nem. And I'm actually just trying to become pretty good friends with everybody overall, but like we're focusing on Dis and Nem right now. We might do a Rex romance though, because Rex, I don't know. We're definitely not doing Vase. Let's just put it that way. We still don't like him. Dis route is more complex than others in my experience. Awesome. Tangent is the most befriendable character judging from the Steam achievements. I just think that people like her because she's so not your typical romance. I think that's why people go after her. She gave Dis a weird name, though. Not exactly an encouraging one. Not sure why dysthemia, which is akin of depression. Tangent, not sure what the relevance is there. I actually think Tangent's full name is Tangential. I don't know that for certain, but I think it is. People went on tangents to her and she was depressed. Yeah, no, Plague I think has it. Naming conventions in Exocolony world are not exactly clear. They are very interesting, that's for sure. I like her because she was the most like me. I like her just because I love smart people. Like, smart people are amazing. They're all weird, but they're amazing. Anyway, that's my take. All right. You're helping your mom repair the garden fence when you see Cal slip away into the barn carrying a blanket. You excuse yourself and follow him. Does he still have that weird pet bug? He does, in fact, still have that weird pet bug. Cal looks up at you and smiles, cradling Socks in his arms, rocking her back and forth. The little nubs on her butt seem like they're getting longer. She must be growing. I made her a little bed in that trunk over there, he says. She mostly likes to be curled up in the dark. She sleeps a lot. Socks chirps and Cal sits on the floor, letting her curl up in his lap. I've been coming in early every morning and staying late every day so she can play in the sun, he explains. That's when she's most active, but her favorite thing is laying in my lap for belly rubs. He tickles her soft tummy. Isn't that right, Socks? Who's a good dilly pillar? You are. You are. Socks trills in delight. Do you want to feed her? I collected a bunch of leaves for her. Here, take one. You kneel down beside them and take one of the leaves. Socks trundles from Cal's lap into your cupped hands and gingerly holds the leaf between her front paws. She's like a tiny dinosaur caterpillar. Munch, munch, munch. Oh, ouch! Socks nips at your finger. Her teeth are really sharp. We're gonna play it cool, because we're tough enough. You pretend like it doesn't hurt, but it super does hurt. You can barely keep yourself from crying as Socks munches happily at the rest of the leaf. When she's done, Cal puts her gently back in the box. Then he notices your hand and gasps, Rin, you're hurt! Cal looks over your finger, which is bleeding sluggishly from the shallow puncture wounds. I learned first aid from my mom, he says. Let's just wrap it and tell people you banged it on the door, okay? He bites his lip. If people think she's dangerous, they'll take her away. She's not dangerous. Was just an accident. Ooh, yes. Cal brushes his hand over the loose dirt and straw of the barn floor. My mom says the aliens here are dangerous, he mutters. I asked, like, in theory, if I found an alien, could I keep it as a pet? But she said I can't, even if it's a nice alien, because of disease and stuff. He sighs. Socks isn't sick, he insists, and she doesn't mean to hurt anybody. The other animals probably don't either. Well, I wouldn't say that, Cal, but at the same time, you're not entirely wrong. I went with Dis on the first playthrough because Dis is very similar to me. Dis is similar to me when I was 13. All he needed was a DeviantArt account and he would have turned out fine. You're not wrong, Mario. Actually, what do you want me to call you, Low Poly Mario Enjoyer? What would you like to be known as? Let me know. Besk is short for Arabesque. Apparently she was 30 when she died, was alcoholic, and was or would have been terrified of megafauna. At Trav is my wiki monkey with the deep lore, yes. You will find that the reason he is a VIP is A, he's one of my very, very, very first followers when I started my channel officially, and B, he is always dependable, the wiki monkey who finds me things, so he has earned his right. But yeah, Low Poly Mario Enjoyer, let me know how you want us to you know, call you. Nickname or whatever. This card becomes a 2. Cool. I'm gonna make this a 2. Here's a 3. Here's a 4. Here is another 2. Here is a 5. Super goal. Let's go, let's go. That's from the design notes on Northway Games site. Yeah. By the way, I huge money. You want me to call you huge money? Because I'll call you huge money, but I don't know what that's necessarily referring to. FYI, the Northway Games website is pretty cool, and I read through the, you know, about page, and the people behind this game are also very cool. So, just FYI, Northway Games, run by a couple of people whose last name is Northway, and they are pretty cool people, so just FYI. So, Trav, since you mentioned the devs, can I just say how insane it is that this game was written by one person? Please don't call me huge money. Just Low Poly or whatever you want is fine. Poly it is! Hey, I'm asking because everyone here calls me May. Because everyone calls me May. Please call me May. Or Mayrin, or Hey You. Hey You works fine. Of course, if you say Hey You in chat, like half of chat will be like, what? just for your information. All right. We win. I get extra toughness. Extra toughness. And extra kudos, because I'm popular. And less stress, because I have a pet. Alright, it is mid-dust. I would really love the next toughness perk. Oh no, Broccoli, you've called us all awesome. Uno reverse. Haha. It's pretty impressive. Even just by sheer volume, that's wild to me. And extra impressive considering how many different tones and themes the writing explores. Can I call you Mayrin, Lord of Death, Destroyer of Galaxies, and Eater of Worlds? I mean, you can, but none of that is the truth. Unless, of course, Plague Doctor, you are hardcore imagining me as the Lord of Death, Destroyer of Galaxies, and Eater of Worlds, in which case it is only kind of the truth, because, as we all know, who've been in my chat for a while, I am an imaginary friend, and I am everybody's imaginary friend. How many worlds do you have to eat to be considered an Eater of Worlds? I'd imagine at least 2, but maybe it needs to be a habitual thing? I don't know. Ask the Phoenix Force. Jean Grey might know. She's an Eater of Stars, actually. Not so much worlds. I suppose if you're gonna go with Marvel, you would need Galactus? You need to ask Galactus. Of course, he might try to convert you into his forces at that point. Yeah, Yeah, this game is really awesome. In my opinion, the only places the writing falters a little bit are in certain characters and maybe in the romance department in a few places. I can't say that I would agree, but this game is awesome. All right. Cal is kneeling in the dirt, carefully planting pieces of potato. When I was a kid, I thought everything grew from chopped up pieces of bigger things. I mean, that's how it worked for potatoes and onions. He sits back on his heels, a funny look on his face. I guess I must have never thought about how babies are made, huh? Yeah. Babies don't work that way. Nope, nope, nope. Ah, it's just the kissing scene. We've seen that one before. Alrighty then. Hey, Dad. Do I get a hug this time? No. I would rather a hug, but, you know, I don't get to pick which one he gives me. I just wanted to say hi, Mom. At least she's not jumpy today. Dis, my friend. If you love playing incredibly massive games via amount of dialogue, go play Disco Elysium. That game rules. There is only over 100 million lines of dialogue. Oh, sorry, words, not lines. Plague, Disco Elysium, I have already played. There is a playlist in my YouTube channel of Disco Elysium. If you haven't spotted it yet, well, where have you been, man? That was the game I took a break from to play this one. Oh my god, they're gonna kiss! Yeah. I mean, she's 11. What does she know? You find Dis sitting in the mouth of one of the wall's drainage sewers. In wet season, excess rainwater is diverted out here so it doesn't flood inside the walls. In the meantime, it looks like Dis has set it up a little base here with pillows and a stash of snacks. His alien communication device hisses with static. He looks up from his hollow screen as you pop your head inside the drain. Hey, Rin, he says quietly before going back to the game he's been playing. Hey, what are you playing? You haven't heard of it, he says without looking up. I made it myself. You squeeze into the narrow drain and sit down next to Dis. On his holopad is a picture of Mars, and you watch him drag a match from the sidebar and drop it on her face. Little animated flames wiggle all over the picture, leaving parts of it looking charred. It's pretty crude, but you think you get the point. One of my friends described it as 40-year-old police officer Yoi. I only played Disco Elysium all the way through once, Broccoli of Dawn. For stream, because at the end of every game that I play, I leave it up to my community whether we stick to that game and try again or whether we move on. So they were like, oh man, that was a trip, but we're done now. Can we move on? And I went, that's fair. So I haven't gone back for a second run through, but I have friends who still are like, look at what this YouTuber did at the game. Look at what this YouTuber did at the game. And they give me like clips and stuff about cool stuff in the game because it is wild. But we did very much enjoy it. Hey, at the very least, he's not getting in actual physical fights with Mars because, like, she would not be able to defend herself, let's be honest. He's just trying to take out his stress in a way that doesn't hurt anybody else. Well, that's not a wrong definition. Hey, where did you learn how to do that? It's pretty simple, Dis says. The light from the holoscreen reflects in his eyes as he looks at you in the gloom. People on Earth used to make this kind of stuff all the time, and I have a lot of time to learn new things. So what happened with Mars? Dis shrugs. Same thing that always happens, he says. He resets the game, then drags a bomb from the sidebar onto the picture of Mars. It explodes, and the picture disintegrates. She booked my name down for every appointment with the nanoprinter because she thinks my clothes are always torn up and dirty all the time, he continues, so I got in trouble for wasting resources. I tried to tell them that it was her, but Mars never gets in trouble. Everyone likes her, he mumbles. But it's fine. I don't need anyone to like me. I don't care if they hate me. I hate them. Oh, I see. Dis goes back to playing his game, content not to talk to you. Kim Kitsuragi is one of my favorite characters in gaming. I love that guy. Look, Kim Kitsuragi is one of the greatest characters ever created, period, the end. The fact that he puts up with the main character of Disco Elysium for such a long time. Oh my god. Still thinking about Dis and Tange, I can see the justification for their augments. Their mother was a therapist, and it's obvious that there was a lot of stress. If nothing else, they stole a lot of tech and ran. I can imagine that a lot of people on the ship would have problems sleeping and were scared. So one kid needs less sleep than normal, and the other can't feel fear. I can see that as an attempt to help them. Absolutely, Trav. Absolutely. Well, it's not like Dis is gonna blow up the colony or something. Kim's awesome. No, not at all. That makes sense. Yeah. I want to try. Sure. Dis replies. He links his holopalm to yours, and you feel the haptics pulse as the game files transfer. You open the game and are presented with an option. Whose picture do you choose? Professor Hal. He's been tattling on me for not going to class. You load up a picture of your teacher. He's smiling so obnoxiously in it, probably about to give everyone a bunch of homework. He sucks. You drag a knife from the toolbox onto the picture. Thunk! Right in his face. Feels good. In a weird way, you probably shouldn't think about that too hard. You spend a few hours letting off steam with Dis, loading different pictures of your classmates and commiserating about life in the colony. After a while, he even starts to smile a little bit. I don't really want to hurt anyone, Dis confides in you. Sometimes, feels like I have so many angry thoughts inside my head that there's no room for anything else. He turns off his holopalm and looks down at his hands. Even if it makes me feel kind of gross after, it's better than feeling numb. See, he's just trying to, like, release stress and anger in a way that is currently not hurting anybody. If anything, him trying to find a way to take out that stress and anger in a way that's not harmful is the safest and, like, healthiest thing that he could do. Sure, he could try to direct that energy towards being more productive, but he learned how to code a game just to do this. So I'm not saying it wasn't productive. I'm just saying that, like, it's not nearly as terrible a thing as he could have done. And might still do. Hal is so genuinely nice, though. He's definitely my favorite of the adults, probably because he reminds me of my old English teacher. Look, Plague, we are in a rebellious phase in our life, and we just don't like homework. Okay? We want to go run outside and talk to people and be brave. We don't really want to do homework. This is all of the skill I have in the mental stats. We don't do homework. His niceness is obnoxious because of that. Okay, he's back with the rocks. Who haven't I talked to? I think I've talked to everybody? Haven't I? I don't know. Okay. So, I could chill and de-stress. Or I could get this toughness perk before I go back out. Which does mean de-stressing in early wet and then going out in mid-wet and late wet. I think I have to go out in late wet is the thing. Incoming ad break in about a minute, you guys, for those of you that this still applies to. Just FYI. Kim Kitsuragi is a fucking icon, and the worst moment for me is in my first playthrough is when I rolled low in a check and had to commit a microaggression against him. Yeah, no. It's not fun to pick on Kim. He's the best. Oh, I get why you're doing it. I'm saying from my own point of view. Yeah, the Dis interaction actually is so interesting. De-stress now. We may need 2 trips during wet. No, any wet is fine, as far as I know. Okay. Any wet is fine, which means that if I chill out in early wet and go out in mid and late wet, we should be okay. This This toughness perk is so close, you guys. I'm going for it. Let's go shovel dirt. You join Cal at a particularly fragrant pile of compost. He's trying to use his hoverboard as a wheelbarrow, carefully pushing compost off of it and into the pile. Don't you just love this? Cal asks excitedly. Your hoverboard? Yeah, it's cool. Dirt? I guess it's okay. What, these stinky rotted food scraps? The last answer is not the correct answer for us. Either of the other two. We do like hoverboards. Dirt is pretty cool. Like, we're not afraid of dirt. Our parents are gardeners, for crying out loud. What do we think, chat? Hoverboard or dirt? I would love to hear your thoughts. It is a lurk-friendly chat, so you don't, like, the participation is optional, but, like, get your thoughts in now. Dirt. Okay. I mean, that is the right answer for Cal, but what is the right answer for us, Trav? Dirt it is. No, I just mean this. He waves his arms, dirt encrusted up to the elbows, to take in the entire greenhouse. We get to help plant stuff and watch it grow. Even if we're just moving dirt around, we're still helping. You got a point, Trav. I picked dirt. It's all good. Why do you like it so much? Well, he considers. I like digging holes in the dirt because it's so full of surprises down there. I found a worm. Wait, let me see if I can find her again. He sticks his hand into the compost and rummages around, his tongue sticking out of his mouth. I guess she got away, he says after a minute. She was really shiny, like a rainbow. Wait, I just thought of a thing I like better. He shows you his splayed hands. Getting dirt under my fingernails, he laughs. I don't know why, but it's the best. He's so silly. We're gonna shovel dirt. Okay, this has to go here. If we put this here, and we put this here, it's still a 2. And if we put this here, it's still super gold. So, let's go. We win. And I get the toughness perk. And I get some kudos. Heck yeah. And now it is early wet. New perk. Red cards. Get a +1. Let's go. Hey, Mom. Your mom looks up from her planting. What is it, Rin? Unless you're here to work, I'm busy. Sorry, Mom, but I love you. You catch your dad taking a break in the shade of the geoponics domes. Oh, hey, he says, waving lazily. Taking breaks is important. Don't forget to take care of yourself, okay? Sure, Dad. I know. Dis is standing outside the cover of the walls, his face soaked in the, his face turned to the rain and arms stretched wide. He's soaked to the bone, his clothes cling to his tiny frame. This planet is wild, he shouts over the driving beat of the rain. You can't stop it, it just is. Alright, we know that his birthday is late wet, but it's early wet. He won't be able to take, he won't be able to take a, collectible, a gift at Midwet if we give him one now. But I know his sister also likes medicinal roots, so I might give them both that on their birthdays. Although she would take the cake too. But I believe it is Mars's birthday right now. And I'm gonna give her the cake because I have been mean to her this whole time. He still is not hanging out with Nem as much as he used to, which is sad. Nem! Yep, it's gonna be a real colony someday. Tange? I know, we're not friends yet, but we will be, Tange. We will be. Tammy! Sweet girl, I know that you like yellow flowers, but I don't know when your birthday is. I will learn. I will. Oh, hey, it's a log. Mars. A birthday cake? Icing is a little uneven, Mars notes, and there are no candles, but keep practicing and you'll improve. Thanks, Mars. Now we are slightly higher friends than we were. Jeez Louise. I don't have enough kudos to buy anything else at the store yet, so what we're gonna do is hang out in the park. Yeah. The word dirt made me think about my new favorite song's lyrics. What song is that, Broccoli? You play with your Hop-Eye Hop-A-Palooza while you hang out in the gardens. They're pretty well behaved, never straying too far into the underbrush and always coming back when you call their name. Another Hop-Eye shyly approaches out of the long grass. Your Hop-Eye goes totally still. And that lets out a happy chitter and bounces off to greet the stranger. They touch noses, then hop around each other twice. They disappear for a few minutes into the underbrush, long enough that you begin to get concerned. Finally, Hop-A-Palooza bounces back to you and nuzzles against your leg. They want to be picked up and cuddled, so you pop them underneath your shirt to carry them like a baby the rest of the way. Battle for the Sun by Placebo? Awesome. Deducing can go. Goodbye. Alright. It is mid-wet. You're busy. Dad is... Your dad is watching your mom work. You can practically see the hearts in his eyes. Your mom's an incredible lady, he says dreamily. True love is hurtling yourself into space with someone and hoping for the best for your children. Ew, Dad, gross. What are we at, animals? 39. Oh my god, I am 1 point away from helping him with the animals again. Horrific. Cal. Oh, still not hanging out with Nem as much. Dis is having a hard day. It's gonna be okay, Dis. Nem! Nem looks out from under the dugout awning and scowls. Stupid rainy season. Stupid planet, she grumbles. I just want to go play. I hear you, Nem. Tange. I'm pestering you because we are friends. Bitch, please. We're friends. Tammy! I get a soy sweet. Yum, yum, yum. Marzipan. You're bored. I don't know what to tell you. Your birthday was last month. Alright. It's time to go out. Uncle Tonin, we must save you. We're sneaking out. 2 events remain, 1 collectible. New boss event spawned. Let's go. We must find and protect. We are out to protect you guys. There's Utopia. I know that the collectible is up this way, because it's the one we didn't get last time we were here. Oh, hi. There's this event back here. There might be a collectible back there, but I am looking for the one that I didn't quite get over this way. This just loops around back to Utopia. That's the event, or the boss event. Okay. Okay. So that must mean the collectible's back here. The mush trees are at their tallest and wet, and you come across a cluster of them that look ripe for harvesting. If you were older, you could probably cut them down and get some kudos for them. Let's give them a friendly pat. You like the mush trees. You give one a pat and are surprised when it moves under your hand. It's not the tree, though, but a camouflaged creature lying against the trunk. It's small and looks a little like an octopus or a starfish. Lots of long legs wrapped around the tree like it's giving it a hug. Huh. Yes, because you can get to it from this way. Alright, if I do the Utopia event, does that get me kicked out? Or can I safely do that event and still do the boss? Someone who's had more time in here, please let me know. Do you think that the boss is what killed Tonin? It's an event and you're looking for one? Normally the boss event is Uncle Tonin. Maybe it doesn't matter in which month you go out. I'm pretty sure the boss event is Uncle Tonin. Could be related. The boss event will absolutely kick me out. I just want to know if the Utopia event will. I don't want to get kicked out. The boss event is Tonin? Okay, but what about Utopia? If I go up to that event, is it going to be a problem? Utopia won't? Okay. That's what I was asking. I have avoided it because I wasn't sure. But now that I am reassured by someone who's played a lot more, I'm going to go talk to Utopia. We still have one more season of wet season to save Uncle Tonin, so we'll be fine. You spot Surveyor Utopia on the path. It looks like she's setting up some kind of equipment. If she catches you sneaking out, you'll be in trouble for sure. You stumble on a root and Utopia's head flies up. She scans the trees in your direction. We're gonna sneak up and see what she's doing. She's setting up a hive for photograph drones. She unpacks a pyramid-shaped box and stands back. When she activates it, hundreds of tiny flying robots shoot out of the top and spread out over the canopy, taking photographs and readings from everything in the area. In a few hours, they'll return and automatically combine their data of the area and everything in it. You make a note to stay out of sight while they're active. You don't want to get caught. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Alright. Let's go save the day. Let's be a hero. And get in so much trouble. You hear screams from just over the next bluff. Human screams. I love that it delays and lets you see the full picture before all the everything, like the whole UI comes up. That is such a beautiful little, I've said it before, but like it's such a beautiful little allowance to let you see and experience the event before you get into it. I love that. You crest the bluff to see Tammy's father, Chief Surveyor Tonin. He's being attacked by something you've never seen before. A four-legged creature with a huge mane of flowers, a mean reptilian face, and two wicked claws. Why, is this a manticore? You've heard of fierce creatures like this outside the walls, but you never expected to ever see one up close. What is one doing so close to the colony? You've seen a manticore before. One of them chased you up a tree just a couple months ago. Yeah, but we didn't see much of it. Like, now we're seeing it in its full glory. Before, we weren't looking at it, we were running. Uncle Tonin is pinned under one of the creature's pointed legs. He's struggling to get free, but the manticore keeps dancing around like it's playing with its food. You can hear it from here, growling and clicking its mandibles. But you snuck out. If you try to help, he's going to know you snuck out, and your parents are going to be so mad if they find you out here. Panic rises in your chest. How could you even help him? It's a huge, deadly monster. No, we're going to try to distract it. You hide behind a tree and throw a rock at it. It bounces harmlessly off the manicore's flank and clatters to the ground. The manicore is undisturbed, which is more than you can say about yourself. Uncle Tonin shouts in pain. You're running out of time. We're not going to get help. He'll be dead before we get back. It is time to attack. We don't have the combat for this, but we do have the bravery, so let's go. Round 1. Okay. This becomes a 2. And this. Yes, it's only a 10, but our goal is 27. Like, we got 3 rounds. We're gonna knock this out of the park. 5, 4. That's a flush. We could do a pair of 4s if we want to. We can't get a straight here, so a pair of 4s is probably for the best. That's already hitting goal. We haven't even hit round 2, or round 3. Let's go. Actually, we're gonna put this here. Pair of 6s, a 5. I mean, it's a super goal no matter what we do. So let's go. And we got a little bit extra to combat. You break through the tree line, yelling your battle cry. The manticore looks up from terrorizing Tonin and decides you could use a bit of terrorizing yourself. It roars, a deep, angry sound you can feel liquefy your guts. With literally nothing on you except for a few rocks you pick up from the clearing, you manage to piss off the ferocious manicore enough that it decides to go after you instead. Or maybe it just thinks it'll pick off the smaller, more tender prey before coming back for the main course. Excuse me. Either way, it leaps off Uncle Tonin and starts towards you. As you're about to engage with it in the most one-sided battle of your life, you smell the crackle of ozone in the air and the manticore howls in pain. Uncle Tonin, you must have distracted the manicore long enough for him to get his plas rifle. The manicore turns and flees, and you run over to Uncle Tonin's side. Rin, he gasps. I don't know why you're out here, but I'm glad to see you. Together, you manage to limp him back to the gates. He'll be fine after an afternoon in a med bed, which is a relief. But you're even more relieved when you don't get in trouble for sneaking out. You don't know what he told your mother, but it was a miracle that you weren't grounded for life. Time to go home. We did it, you guys. We saved the day. Look at them! They live! It was so sad when they died the first time around. Oh my god, I'm so traumatized still. Easy dubs. Thank you, Raptor. Chief Surveyor Tonin has come to your quarters to personally thank you for saving him from the manticore. Ever since he returned, Tammy's barely let him out of her sight. She stammers out her thanks as well. If it weren't for you, she'd be an orphan. They both owe you a great debt. I'm stepping down as Chief Surveyor, Uncle Tonin says. I think it's about time I take up a job inside the colony walls. I wasn't built for life outside of a ship, I think. He squeezes Tammy's hand. Someone like Utopia has the youthful reflexes to stay safe out there in the jungle. She'll do great out there as the new Chief Surveyor. For that matter, so would you, he continues. I know you weren't supposed to be out there, but I would have died if you weren't. That has to count for something. When Utopia offers you a spot in expeditions, You should take her up on it. Hey, you'd have done the same. Tammy presents you with a basket of cookies. She's written thank you on each one in flowery writing. Ooh. Tonin holds up his hand up, brushing you off. It was important to me, he says. Because of you, I'll be around to see my little girl grow up. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. She was dead before him last time. It's easy to save him next run now that you know exactly what happened. Yeah. But like, I lost both of these people in my first run and it felt real bad, man. Like it hits you out of left field, just bam, bam, back to back. You're just trying to get into the game and suddenly people are dying around you. It's awful. But this time we saved them both and look at them. They're so happy. Hal is next, yes. Yes, Hal is next. We did it. It's now late wet, and both of them are alive. Okay. It is time to figure out what we want next. More combat is an option, because we do have defense training that we can go to for combat and animals, which would be pretty good. We could get more biology so that we can go hang out with Dad some more. We need some amount of smarts after all. Or we could make better friends with Tammy by babysitting, which will give us creativity and empathy, which are pretty low still. We have the option to deliver supplies, which helps with organizing and perception, but perception is our highest skill and we're gonna max it out super easy, so I'm not worried about that one. And then we've gotten the first perk of toughness, so I'm kind of done with shoveling dirt for the time being. Your dad doesn't have time to chat, but he does wave hello. Let's help him with the animals. Your dad is helping two bristle slugs who've gotten tangled up in each other while, well, maybe they're wrestling. Your dad doesn't want to go into the details. Wrestling, sure. He hefts up the larger one and you carefully pull apart their bristling spikes, being careful not to get jabbed yourself. 10 minutes later, they're back at it again. Your dad shrugs. The heart what's once what it wants, I guess. He doesn't want to tell you that they're mating, okay? Are you eating enough? Your mom says, looking at you critically. Drinking enough water? It's hotter here than you're used to. You have to take care of your body if you want it to take care of you. Mom? Are you taking your own advice? Cal is standing in the shelter of the garden shed, pulling on his boots and poncho. I love it when it rains here, he exclaims. Everything gets all muddy and slippery and nobody says, Cal, why are you so dirty? Go take a shower. That's fair. We didn't see anything, Dis. Absolutely nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you rambling on like a crazy person? Oh yeah, the shop is definitely open. And we can buy more cake. So we will. Okay. I just needed to see your smiling face, Tammy, because I'm so glad to have you here. I have something for you. It seems you've remembered my birthday, Tanj says, taking the roots and turning them over in her hands. Her lips curl in distaste at the dirt that still clings to them. How thoughtful of you. I have much to do today, but I'll set these roots aside to analyze later. She turns to walk away, then remembers herself. Thank you, she adds, almost as an afterthought. Can we be friends now, Tanj? Can we? 16. Not quite yet. Nem? Yep, getting tougher every day, Nem. Love it, love it. Okay. Alright, birthday boy. How about some roots? For my birthday? He mumbles. Oh, thank you. This looks like it's from a very rare plant. Did you find it while you were exploring? You know it, bestie. You know it. Alright. That is gift giving Utopia. You step cautiously through the colony gates. Chief Surveyor Utopia just folds her arms and shakes her head. You know you aren't allowed outside, but... we have no events and no collectibles remaining. So there's no reason for us to sneak out through the drain pipe, because there's nothing to do out there. I actually think... I'm gonna go for some biology and make Mom happy. And get our friendship up with Tangent a little bit, so that she at least tells us that we're not bothering her. PP! Thank you! Yes, we saved Uncle Tonin. We saved him. He is alive. He's alive and well. We saved it. No worries, Broccoli. You missed it, but it's in the VODs. We're gonna study some life sciences so that we have some biology. We gotta get some amount of class going on. You're bringing supplies to medbay when you see something unusual. Tangent curled up on a bench, her head pillowed on a rolled up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You never see Tange sleeping. She's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. You turn to leave her in peace when you bump into Nem. Whoa, Nem says. She hardly ever sleeps, like just a couple of hours a night. Is she sick or something? You look back at Tangent, snoozing peacefully. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement, Nem says, rubbing at one of the scales sprouting on her jawline. She hardly needs to sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night studying for this morning's history test. Shh, let her sleep. Tangent's hollow palm beeps a soft alarm. She sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed and alert. She sees you watching her and looks annoyed. Just a power nap, she says, no reason to gawk. This card becomes a 2. Okay. Well, 5. 1. Four. Not a super goal. However, I can't quite get a 3. Like, this becomes a 2 no matter what you do, so. Unless you put the unchangeable card there. In which case, you can do this. A win is a win. We're good. Got some biology, got some reasoning. Got some friendship with Tangent. It is now glow season. Mom's gonna yell at us for being out. Your mom gives you a stern look. Be careful, she warns. Now that we know for a fact that it isn't safe out there during glow, I don't want to have you venturing close to the walls. Stay where I can see you, close to the ship. Gotcha, Mom. Hey, Nem. Yep. Still knowing when to run away is... Yep. You're good at it. You're very fast. Oops, I got too close to the walls. Crystals and Dis. Dis pokes a glowing bauble bud with his toe. The seed head snaps free and drifts up into the dark of glow, slowly breaking up into little luminescent specks. Make a wish, he says. Hey, does this interest you? Yeah, it does. Bestie. I want to be in engineering. I want to be in engineering for Glow. We're going to study some more life sciences. Oh, hell yes. I just got an ending where my final role in the colony is a romance writer. This is clearly the best ending. I agree, Plague. My index finger hurts. Mr. Scrake, what have you been doing? I was practicing my aim for 2.5 hours. Well, there's your problem. For today's lesson, Professor Hal tells you, we'll start with a fun group project. You'll be studying the mush tree, a prominent natural resource native to Vertumna. In the ideal conditions, it can grow at a speed of over 1 meter a day and have a diameter of up to 30 centimeters. He stands on his tiptoes and gestures to illustrate. Your team will experiment to find those ideal conditions. You're teamed up with Tange and Cal and are given a mush tree spore and a bucket to grow it in. The rest is up to you. Tange looks up Surveyor's notes on the holonet. Mush trees, she reads, are most abundant south of the colony in the stormy, moist regions of the subaqueous swamp. What if we use water instead of soil, Cal suggests, like they do with hydroponics. Tange nods. If they like wet weather, that might work. Rin, do you have any suggestions? We could lower the water's pH, put it under a bright globe light, sing to it daily, run an electric current through it, or all of the above. What do we think, guys? Do we want to focus on one suggestion, or do we want to suggest multiple things? Me, when I be straight pointing at it. Raptor, what did you do to your finger? Oddly, I think that singing might actually work. Electricity, I think there's a lot of lightning. But suggest them all, no need to do everything, just have them out there. I know the exact answer, so I'm not telling. Are you the bounty hunter from Darkest Dungeon 2? Yeah, no kidding, Mr. Scrake. All of the above. Why not try everything? You fill the bucket with water and spark snow crystals and attach a small battery to run a weak current through it. You push it over to a spot under a glow light and plop your spore inside. Every day you rush to the classroom to check on its progress. You and Cal sing quietly to it. Tange refuses to assist in that part, but it doesn't grow. By the end of the week, your bucket is the only one with no plant at all. You don't know what you did wrong. Maybe everything. Professor Hal is disappointed. Your experiment wasn't very scientific. If something had worked, how would you know what it was? You don't even get half marks for effort. Uh-oh. Weird, I never knew it could do that. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Watch this shit. I'm gonna move everything down, and then I'm gonna do this. Hell yeah. I super gold that so hard. I win. Should have just lit it on fire. I got extra biology, some reasoning, some stress, but not all the stress, just some. It's been a quiet glow, but the grim, surreal darkness of the season reminds you of last year's violence. As the month wears on, you overhear arguments at dinner, adults worrying that an attack is still coming, and others who think the first one was a fluke. Surveyors mention seeing new tracks in the forest, but are shushed so people don't panic. The gates are closed. You drill emergency procedures, filing soundlessly from the classroom to the creche to hide under tables, waiting for the sirens to call the all clear. You drill and prepare and worry, but nothing happens. Then, just as glow is starting to wane, the toxic purple spill of the wormhole fading as the sun's almost rise past the horizon again, the sirens start. Okay, I think I definitely got my favorite ending this far. Everything went so well. Were you doing a golden run? Congrats. Shiny. You're reading a holo novel in bed when you hear them, followed by the stomp of boots down the hallway outside your quarters. An alert flashes on your holopalm. Shelter in the crutch. This is not a drill. You get another message from your dad. Me and Mom are going to stay in the greenhouses. We're safe. Just follow Auntie on to the crutch and wait for us, okay? Don't worry. We're way more prepared than we were last year. Love you. Stay safe. You could go to the creche where you belong, or you could follow the security guards and see what's happening at the gates. Just as you peek your head out the door, you're struck by a horrible premonition. Someone's in danger in engineering. You blink and shake your head, but the feeling persists. Oh, we're going to engineering. We know what's happening there. I wasn't attempting to do a golden run. I don't think I did literally everything right, but I think I saved most of the people I could and everyone turned out happy. Even Tangent had a good ending. Dang, Plague. Congrats. You don't know what compels you to go to engineering. It's nowhere near the walls, and the corridors are quiet as you approach. You burst into the classroom to find Professor Hal cornered by a small, chittering thing. It's moving too fast to tell what it is. Every time Hal tries to get around it to flee, it climbs up the walls and keeps jumping at him. You fend it off with a tablet, but he's fending it off with a tablet, but he's getting tired. As you watch, the thing leaps at his throat and tears a chunk out of him. Hal screams in pain and crumples to the ground. You must gasp because the thing turns to you and lunges. Time to defend ourselves. We cannot fail. Okay. $11 is a good start. Pair of 4s. We can actually do this and get 3 4s, which is good. Let's see, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There we go. Now it's doing it properly. I have super gold this hard combat challenge with a straight 5, 2 pairs, which are boosted from our Hop Eye gear, and 2 flushes. Let's go, wild cards. Woo! I win. We get extra combat and kudos. It's impossible to hit the thing. It's so fast. It's like a smear at the edge of your vision. What you do manage to do, though, is lure it outside the classroom and get congruence to slam the doors shut. You hear it beating against the door as you run to Hal's side. Congruence guides you through how to hold pressure to Hal's throat to stop the bleeding. But stars, there's blood everywhere. Eventually, the doors open and Chief Engineer Instance runs in, directing some of the security team to load Hal into a stretcher and take him to medbay. There's no sign of the creature. She surveys the carnage. Good work, Rin, she says grimly. You might have just saved Hal's life. Her shoulders droop. They must have crawled over the walls. Boogers. You return to your quarters. Your parents are horrified to see you covered in blood, relieved when you say it's not yours, then horrified all over again when you tell him about Professor Hal. Your dad checks his holopalm and tells you that they got him to a med bay quickly enough that his injury should heal in a few weeks. You saved Professor Hal's life. Does anyone else think it's weird that Rin keeps showing up out of nowhere and saving people's lives? I don't think they've established the pattern yet. Tammy's was a fluke that I don't think either Rin or Tammy ever talked about. her sneaking out and saving Uncle Tonin was, you know, a coincidence that she only didn't get in trouble for because Uncle Tonin didn't want her to get in trouble for it because he would have died otherwise. And this time, same. Like they have they have only two instances of her saving of Rin, any all pronouns, saving lives. Two out of the three that has actually happened. They may never figure it out. But here we are, starting age 12. We've made a lot of friendship with Dis and a little bit with everybody else. We've upped some skills quite respectably in some places. We have lost 28 kudos overall in the year. We have lost 11 stress overall in the year. And we have apparently zeroed out our rebellion. But look at all the cards we got. So many cards. So that is the overview of age 11. Now it is on to start age 12. But this is where we're going to do a cheeky save and wrap up stream. So we are at stream number 14. Cool. Thank you guys for joining me today on the adventures of Rin. You know, I was a teenage exocolonist, part 2, Electric Boogaloo. I'm May, and I stream Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern US time. If that's not your time zone, give me a follow and put on notifications, either here or on Blue Sky, preferably both, of course, to let you know when I go live. And over on Blue Sky, I sometimes talk about my thoughts on the games. My thoughts on my first run are already up there, so feel free to go have a look, and feel free to @me because I'm very bad at social media. So let's get active, have conversations, share our likes, our loves, our hobbies, our fun stuff over on Blue Sky. I'm bad at it and I need help getting better. I also have a YouTube channel in case you missed my first run or the beginning of the second run. Feel free to head over there, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the VODs go live. The VODs I leave for you guys as a way of giving back for your support here. I make zero money on YouTube as it currently is, and the VODs are there for you anytime, day or night, especially the weekends when I don't stream. So knock yourselves out, you guys. Alright, it is time to raid. I raid my friends. If I don't have any friends live, I go make new ones. That's how we do. Let's see who's live today, shall we? Let us go. Oof. I've got options. Who do we go bother? We're gonna go bother Psycho Phoenix, who's playing The Expanse, a Telltale series. She enjoys the Telltale series, but she is a British streamer, and she's very sassy, and we adore PP. We do. Psycho Phoenix is a good friend of ours. She comes and lurks in my chat, and I hope that you will go and lurk in hers. So I hope you have a fantastic, magical rest of your Tuesday, or any other day that you happen to be watching the VOD of this, and that you all take care, and come back and see me again when I go live on Twitch. Until then, you guys, we raid in 3, 2, 1. Bye, guys.